Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 454 live. Welcome to another edition of WCW Starrcade, where the Severns and the Wolfpack are once again going to look to rev up the engines. We're, of course, heading into the final push week, which means this is the final week of championship matches. Next week, it'll be all faction wars, tag team battles, and, of course, rivalries, either recent and or ones that are rearing their ugly heads from the past. But it is going to be a very interesting week because, of course, next weekend, next Sunday, to be exact, will be the very first ever award show for the Archiverse TV. It will, of course, be the Hall of Legends ceremony, and we're going to have one hell of a thrill ride for a show, so you don't want to miss that. Next Sunday night, again, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Hall of Legends. We're going to induct some very deserving people from the Archiverse 1.0 and early 2.0 into the Hall of Legends. We've got some superstars that have won some awards, so they're going to be recognized for their awards. And again, some great matchups are going to go down in between. And, of course, some reminiscing about 400-plus episodes together. Those that have been around since the Archiverse 1.0, like Johnny Braddock, Team The Turret Man. We got the Iceman Christian Hart, of course, from Team Christian Cool. The Wolfman Alan Severn from Team Glenola. The Soulman Jay Simmons from Team J Negative Gaming, and many more. It's going to be a fantastic evening. But tonight, 9 matches of pure fire. The Wolfpack have outdone themselves tonight, and or the Severns, depending on who booked the matches tonight. But it's absolute fire. I have seen the lineup, and we're going to get things rock and roll here in just a little while. We're going to have ourselves 4 championship matches this evening. We, of course, have a huge 8-man faction war going down tonight, a tag team elimination matchup between 4 tag teams and factions that have been going to battle, been rivaling each other for weeks and weeks, and they are going to go to head tonight in a huge 8-man faction war battle. And again, into the championship rounds, we'll have more championship matchup. It is going to be an exciting evening, so you don't want to miss a single solitary moment. Do not take your eyes off that screen. And that goes for the first match of the night. We're going to start things off with a bang. The tone-setting match of the night is for the Hardcore Championship, and it is going to be a Crimson Eliminator matchup. So it is going to be absolutely a barn brawler. All right, so anyways, before we get to that, we're, of course, going to have a look at the dirt sheet, see what's rock and roll in the world of pro wrestling. I'm sure there's going to be lots of news and rumors swirling. Elimination Chamber just happened. And, of course, if everybody wants to discuss the Elimination Chamber, let me know. What were your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber? What was your favorite matchup? What would you have done differently? What did you like and not like about the Elimination Chamber? We're going to talk about all of that. But first and foremost, I'm, of course, going to go ahead and get my dashboard open for the evening. So give me a moment while I do that. And there we go. Dashboard is open and ready to roll. But anyways, I did watch Elimination Chamber. Overall, better than Elimination Chamber premium live events in the past. I will give them that. There's, of course, some things I would have done differently personally. So, again, that's something we can talk about. Joe Link is in the house. What's going on, Joe Link? Good Lord, you're strolling in here early. Banana Boy in the house. Peeps are dropping in early. We just went live, and it is party time up in here. Fantastic. All right, but anyways, we're going to have a look at the dirt sheets. Unless anybody wants to talk about the Elimination Chamber, please feel free to do so. Joe Link said the men's Elimination Chamber was the best match. Does anybody agree, disagree?
TAV.
Joe Link says,
TAV.
Is the bot working?
It not doing anything.
For shoutouts, you mean? Interesting. It should be just fine. Just give me a second. Give me a moment. Let me check on some stuff. Let's see here.
Sammy versus Roman was great.
I don't know why
it hasn't been working.
It wouldn't be working. Let me go check Stream Elements itself. Everything seems to be turned on. Let me see if it's a setting.
Roman versus Sammy turned out better than it started. Play.
Let me see if it's a setting in Twitch. Every once in a while, things do behave strangely.
Yeah, cause the Lotto isn't going. Superstar.
Alright, let's see here.
Did it update sometimes?
I don't know,
it
I don't see
changes
anything
stuff when it
different.
updates.
Everything looks normal.
Did I join this link? Maybe it is just Stream Element being weird. Discord.
Let's see, what if I do this? What, is it doing anything now?
Not sure, but I will manually drop the Discord link for you, Banana Boys.
Well, I just tried to shout you out and it won't do anything for me either.
Play.
Weird. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe the shoutouts got eliminated from the chamber. URL.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be
join.
working correctly. So I guess you're just going to have to, because I'm not going to sit and keep trying to figure out why it's not working. It's a waste of time. It's not that big of a deal. We have a show to get on the go. 9 matches, 4 championship matches, huge 8-man grudge match, faction war. There's a lot to get on the go. So as far as I'm concerned, I guess just grab the links. And when you need to drop them, drop them. It looks like we don't have, I mean, unless I can find it real quick here, I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. I really am not.
Yeah, we can go without Stream Elements.
Because I don't see any reason at all why it should not be working as per usual. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It won't affect other things. We can still do betting lines for the championship rounds and other such things. It just means we can't play the lottery for the night, and it means we can't do custom command shoutout. So you're gonna have to use the other shoutout, the special shoutout, is what you're gonna have to use for the night for that. Because you should still be able to utilize that. Let me just find out, actually. Yeah, okay, so the special shoutouts work, so we still have those. So just shout out people like that, Joe Link. Yo, Techno! What's going on, Techno? John in West Texas, welcome in. Alright, so anyways.
Yeah, Twitch's shouting out should work.
Yeah, Twitch should, yes. It does work. As you can see. Alright, so we're moving on. We're not worrying about that anymore because we just wasted about 4 or 5 minutes of showtime on Stream Elements commands, so we're not doing that any further. So here we go.
Hi, Joe Link.
We're going to move on to the dirt sheets and see what's rocking and rolling in the dirt sheets here. We know Elimination Chamber just finished. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about regarding the Elimination Chamber? Does anybody have any comments or opinions about
Can I join
Elimination
this league,
Chamber.
but I can't have Discord.
Banana Boy, you don't need to have Discord. It just makes it very difficult for you to follow along if you do not have Discord.
In the women's chamber.
It's not impossible, but it will be difficult. Joe Link says that I wanted Raquel to win the women's chamber. Yeah, so did I. I mean, I knew... Texas. I mean, don't get me wrong. I knew Asuka was going to win.
I think Brock-Bobby rivalry is over.
But, yeah, no, I wanted Raquel to win. John West Texas says, I think Brock-Bobby rivalry is over. Probably not. Probably not. That was basically a non-finish. It was a DQ loss. I mean, yeah, he punished Bobby at the end, but I mean, they still need to have an actual match. They need to be put in the fight pit, or inside a steel cage, or Hell in a Cell or something. But Techno says, Joe Link agreed. I wanted, yeah, absolutely. I did want Raquel to win. What did you guys think of the Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns match? Because first of all, I thought it started out very boring.
No, they will do another cut.
It started out very boring. They'll do another because of no definitive one. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. The rivalry's not over yet. Right? Not over yet. I don't know that
Kinda hoping for Damian Priest.
Brock Lesnar won't win the next one, though. I mean, he's already technically lost to Bobby a couple times now, but
boring, but turned out better.
Started slow and got better. Yeah, it turned itself around about midway through the match, roughly. They turned up the heat and got things going, but man, oh man, did they drag you at the beginning of the match. It was so boring. I was like, are you kidding me? This is how you're going to treat the main event of the evening? In a crowd that is lit up like Montreal was, because it was loud there all night long. They were a fantastic crowd. Life is great with the Tier 1 subscription. Welcome in, Life. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate you as always. But yeah, and thank you for the shout out for Life. Appreciate that.
Life is great.
But yeah, no, it definitely turned itself around. Right around midway through the match, and it did turn out to be a very, very good matchup. So, and I was a little surprised by that, because, I mean, when have Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns ever had the chance to even mix it up in the ring, really, as far as wrestling a one-on-one match? So the fact that they came in basically cold to one another's wrestling styles. I mean, sure, they've watched each other, but they're getting in the ring together and actually have to apply that and sell that story together and make things look as good as humanly possible, right? For saying that they've never been in the ring before together. So, I as far as that goes, I didn't expect much from them, and they actually exceeded my expectations by the end of that match. So, Banana Boy, do you need my hashtag? Yeah, you're going to have to give that to us. Maybe send Joe Link a message, and Joe will put it into the Inca contract section for you. So what you're going to have to do, Banana Boy, is you're just going to have to kind of work with some of the community members. Everybody in the community knows what's going on at all times. So if you have questions, just ask them. They do know. Very supportive, unwavering community. They'll answer any of your questions. They'll guide you, help you, point you in the right direction to watch other streamers and great content. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why you can't have Discord. I mean, you can tell us if you want. If not, you know, I don't. But you don't need it. It just makes it easier for a lot of different reasons. But anyways, okay, so let's get into the dirt sheets real quick.
Okay.
So here's something from about 4 hours ago from ringsidenews.com. And it's by Saptarsi Sina. And I've never read any of their articles before, so I don't know what to expect. I guess we're going to find out. But Ringside generally has fairly good publishers. But anyways, it says, so the title of the article is actually Beth Phoenix has a unique roster listing in WWE. So Beth Phoenix was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2017. Her induction made her retirement from wrestling. After hanging up her boots, Phoenix switched to commentary and worked as a full-time NXT commentator from about 2017 to 2021. Now she is back for a short stint in WWE, but she has a unique roster listing. Beth Phoenix returned to the 2023 Royal Rumble, spearing Rhea Ripley before walking off with Edge. She then appeared on the following Raw to do the same when the Judgment Day attempted to assist Finn Balor in his match against Cody Rhodes. On February 6, 2023, Beth Phoenix and Edge challenged Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor to a mixed tag team match at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. The match was reportedly planned months ago in November. Fightful Select reports that despite her return to competition, WWE has hasn't signed Beth Phoenix to either Raw or SmackDown yet. Beth Phoenix is listed as unaffiliated with either Raw or SmackDown. This came from Fightful Select. Throughout her career, Beth Phoenix has achieved tremendous success in WWE, where she was a 3-time WWE Women's Champion. She also won the WWE Divas Championship and the WWE's Women Tag Team Championship. Phoenix is known for her unique high-flying style, which earned her the nickname the Glamazon. It remains to be seen what plans WWE has for Beth Phoenix at WrestleMania 39, whether it's likely for Phoenix to wrestle at WrestleMania. The Elimination Chamber pay-per-view might be Beth's final match before fans. That would be most unfortunate if that's true. By the way, before I do move on to another article, what did you guys think of the whole Beth Phoenix and Edge versus the Judgment Day match? What did you guys think about that? Out of sheer curiosity. I've got mixed opinions on that one. I do. I have mixed opinions. But I want to know what you guys think first, and then I'll tell you what I think. Again, it's the Beth Phoenix and Edge versus the Judgment Day match. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay.
What's your perspective, your opinion? Boy says, okay. Joel Link, what about you? Life, did you watch the pay-per-view? What did you think? Joel Link says, I think they won, but for momentum-wise, Rhea and Finn should have won. Yep. That's a good way to look at it. Again, I will reserve my comment until after everybody gets a chance to speak on it. I mean, Life, did you watch the Elimination Chamber? Do you have an opinion at all on that particular matchup?
I didn't, sorry. I'm just getting home from my little brother's play.
Sorry, I'm just getting home from my little brother's play. Oh, hey, yo, what play was he in? I love stage plays. I'm one of those weird dudes. I mean, I like all kinds of music, all genres of music. I like stage plays. I've been to a lot of stage plays, actually, believe it or not. I have. You know what, though? And of all the stage plays I've ever attended, still to this day, one of my favorites is still the Phantom of the Opera. That was such a cool-ass play. You know, it's a great love story. Great music. You know, very well done, both written and they always have a tremendous cast to act out the stage play. You know, they've had more than one Phantom of the Opera. I actually know somebody that played in the stage play and was actually the Phantom of the Opera. He actually lives, or did. I know he talked about moving out west. I don't know if he actually did that or not, or if he went and came back. I don't know. But anyways, I do know somebody that used to play the Phantom of the Opera. True story. Let's see here. Life says, I already read that. Techno says, I think Judgment Day should have got the win too. Edge and Beth passing the torch, so to speak. Judgment Day needed the rub for the momentum. Life says he was in a musical. It's called Big Fish, and he was the younger version of Will Bloom. Big Fish, is that based on the book, by the way? Out of sheer curiosity, is that based on the book Big Fish? Because I do recall. It is. Wow. I've read that. I actually. So I was gonna actually, believe it or not, I was actually gonna be in that stage play when I was in high school. Unfortunately, some dates changed, and I actually had to wrestle. Therefore, I didn't end up being in the stage play, which, by the way, was a big, stupid-ass mistake, considering the amount of hot females in that stage play. Not really sure what I was thinking. I went and hung out with a bunch of sweaty males and rolled around some mats. But to be fair, I had a fuck of a good time doing that. I had a hell of a good time. But anyways, is what it is. But yeah, no, I've read that book, and I was supposed to be in that play. So did he enjoy it? Did he enjoy it? Was it something he enjoyed, or was it just something he kind of participated in because it was part of what was going on for his class? Yeah, that's awesome. Fantastic. Be part of a stage play. You know, some young men are afraid to get involved, stuff like that, right? They're afraid their buddies are going to bully them. You know, I was never afraid of shit like that. I used to take bets for, you know, my friends were assholes. They used to bet me dumb shit, and they actually would pay for stuff, too, even. So, of course, I would do it. But, yeah, they dared me a few times to do things like figure skating, ballet, stuff like that. So I actually did. Now, the dumb thing is I was a martial artist since 8 years old. So, of course, I'm going to, you know, now don't get me wrong. I'll tell you first and foremost, ballet and figure skating, holy fuck, those are hard things to do. Hats off to all the people that do that, because, I mean, again, I'm a martial artist, and when I was done with figure skating, I only did it for 3 months. It was supposed to be 60 days, and those bastards paid for 90 days. I was very upset about that, but I'll tell you, not only did I never want to figure skate again, I realized that there were like muscles in your ass that, yeah, I didn't know they existed. As a martial artist who tend to use every muscle in the body when we're training, oh my God, figure skating, my legs, my knees, my feet, my ass, oh good God. But anyways, ballet was fun. Well, there was fun. Sorry, there were fun aspects of it. Again, very difficult. I did like gymnastics. I did enjoy gymnastics. However, I did that in public school as well. You know, so there's that. But I mean, again, if you're gonna pay for me to do so, now again, when they snuck in the whole 90-day thing with the figure skating, that was bullshit. That was absolutely ghastly. Did not appreciate that, but I stuck it out. Only because I didn't want to look like a pussy, but I stuck it out. And fully regretted the entire... I should have quit after the 30 days that I originally agreed to, because I'll tell you, after that 90 days, I didn't even play any sports or do anything physical for weeks. Owie. That's all I will say is... flat out owie. All right, hold on. I got to catch back up with chat. I just went on a bit of a rant there. Sorry about that. I blame Banana Boy, to be fair. Joelink says, yeah, Techno Judgment Day should have won because of Ripley heading to WrestleMania. Well, that's another good point, too, as well, Joelink. Absolutely. Techno agrees. Life says, sure, I already read that. He loved it. His choir teacher actually picked him and another child. He was Young Will Bloom on opening night and closing night. Fantastic. That is awesome. And the fact that he enjoyed himself, even better. Because if you can get into a stage play and enjoy yourself and have a good time and realize you're good at that kind of thing, that can really open doors for other things. It really can. It really can. Whereas, in fact, I've seen people have bad experiences and they just never wanted anything to do with that. But
hi, friendzo.
Yo, Froggy Mothlegs is in the house. Welcome in, Froggy. Appreciate you being here.
Well.
I know this isn't a normal night for WCW Starrcade. We don't usually do any shows on Saturdays. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's life's fault, to be fair. He was the youngest one on the stage because this was a high school play, and he's in 6th grade. Yo, that is awesome. That is awesome. The bot is down. Yeah, the bot is. There's something wrong with Stream Elements tonight, Life. We have to do shoutouts.
Oh, cool.
The new way. The new. You know how to do it anyways. You're capable of doing that. Yeah, we're not really sure what's going on. I'm gonna have to figure everything out later. But. So okay. So anyways.
I can't on mobile. LOL.
You just type in the chat, Life. You just do backspace shout out, like the full word shout out, and then whoever you're shouting out. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to give you my opinion. So,
Ooh, cool.
I mean, I'm not necessarily siding with Joe Link or anybody else, but here, first of all and foremost, they made very, very good points. So here's the thing.
It doesn't work sometimes.
I agree that the Judgment Day needed the rub, number one, first and foremost. Number two,
only do it every few minutes,
they looked better in the ring. They worked better as a team. Rhea Ripley's heading to WrestleMania after going coast to coast in the Royal Rumble and earning a WrestleMania World Championship matchup. And, again, don't get me wrong, love Edge to death. He's a Canadian, and he's one of the best Canadian wrestlers to ever come out of, specifically, the area I live. And I love Beth Phoenix, always have. Loved the Glamazon. I thought it was cool when they got together, got married, moved back to Canada. You know, I love all that. But here's the thing. They do not need the rub or the win. They don't need it. They should have passed the torch to the Judgment Day and taken the loss. They should have taken the loss and passed the torch to the Judgment Day. I'll be honest, I was not a fan of that outcome, and I understand that the crowd was excited. It was in Montreal. Again, Edge is a Canadian, so of course they're eating it up, but let's be honest, that whole victory for Edge and Beth was all about the hometown boy cheap pop and absolutely zero to do with building up the Judgment Day. They may as well pack the Judgment Day in and go their separate ways at this point. You know, if you can't win against Edge and Beth, who do you beat next? Who do you beat next? I don't even understand that decision making. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. But anyways, that's me. What do you guys think about what I just said? And in the meantime, I'm going to move on to the next article and see what else is going on in the dirt sheets. Inquiring minds must know. Well, this is interesting. This is something from WrestlingHeadlines.com by Joey G. It says Jake Roberts explains his dislike for Japanese strong-style wrestling, which surprises me a little because Jake Roberts has always been fairly supportive of the high flyers and the luchadors over the years. He didn't like wrestling them himself, I don't think, but he was always fairly supportive. So I know he wrestled in Japan. Maybe he just, had a bad experience there. I don't know. We're going to find out what exactly his reasoning is here in just a second, but that surprises me a little. So anyways, it says Jake Roberts opens up about his dislike for Japanese strong-style wrestling. The WWE Hall of Famer spoke on this topic during the latest edition of his DDP Snake Pit podcast, where he explained that fans already know wrestling is a work, so the excessive damage two wrestlers could do to each other using strong style is really wasted. Well, the thing is, he's actually not 100% incorrect about that, but the problem is, majority of people, they love watching the Japanese strong style. I like watching it. I don't think it should be utilized by any means in every single match, where you're starting to see, it is starting to pop up a lot, especially in specific promotions that we won't name. We will not mention the lesser promotions. But anyways, talks his dislike for Japanese strong-style wrestling. He says, for those who like it, go ahead. Beat the shit out of each other. There's no need for it. The fans already know it's a work, so why are you beating the fuck out of each other? Because you can. You want to know somebody if you want to show somebody how tough you are, if you want to show somebody how tough you are, go out on the street corner somewhere and pick a fight. You'll be all right. Don't put me through it. The type of wrestling he prefers, he says, I'd much rather have a match where two guys are trying to perform and give me their very best. You know what I'm saying? Make it exciting. So it was a fairly short interview or segment from that interview. And what I'll say about that is he says to make it exciting. Well, strong style wrestling is exciting. Japanese strong style wrestling is exciting. I don't... and yes, they are beating the shit out of each other. But that's all about the showmanship. I don't think he quite... See, you got to remember that Jake's getting a little older too, right? So he's, if you were to ask him that same question 20 years ago, I just don't think his answer would have been the same. Lexi B. Sinclair, welcome into episode number 454 here at the Archiverse. This is actually our final main roster show of the week. We're heading into the final push week before our big Hall of Legends show. Next Sunday night, we're having our very first ever award show here at the Archiverse TV. We've never had one in the 2.5 going on 3 years we've been in existence, so we're gearing up for our very first award show. It's going to be an absolute thrill ride. We're going to have some fantastic matches, some championship matches, induct some very deserving people from the Archiverse 1.0 and early 2.0 into the Hall of Legends. I cannot wait. It is going to be a barn burner of an evening. But anyways, welcome to WCW Starrcade. We have a huge 9-match card to look forward to in just a few minutes. 4 championship matches on the docket. We have a huge 8-man faction war going on tonight. And, of course, we have our last 4 tournament qualifiers for the Archiverse World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament. We, of course, already have 4 entrants into the World Championship Gold Rush Tournament, and those entrants are as follows. The man called Drek from Weapons of Mass Destruction, representing Team Dogface. Bruiser Brody. The Iceman Christian Hart from Team Christian Cool. And, of course, the one Elijah Archer has made it into the tournament.
You said you were gonna
now, that said, again, we're going to have those matches as we get the show on the go. The first match of the night, however, is going to be a hardcore championship matchup to set the tone of the evening, and it is a Crimson Eliminator. So, again, you don't want to take your eyes off the screen. It could end in a moment's notice, so you don't want to miss out. But I understand sort of what Jake is saying about, okay, you know it's a work, but why beat the shit out of each other? Okay, well, you beat the shit out of each other because people know it's a work, yes, but they still want to be entertained. They still want to be, they want those performers that are trained to do such things to put on a show for them. You know what I mean? They still want you to sell that it is real, even though we all know it's not. As far as storyline goes, right? We know that the action is real. You get hit by a chair, thrown through a table, jump off a ladder. It's pretty hard to fake crap like that. You know what I mean? I mean, when people say wrestling's fake, well, there's a lot of things fake. People bet and rig hockey, baseball, football, basketball. Is it all fake now too? But anyways, I agree that. I understand what he's saying, but I disagree with his overall statement. And again, if you were to ask him that same question 20 years ago, no way he answers that. But Asuka is worse than Charlotte. At least her depression over her dead brother is an excuse. I wanted Raquel to win the match. Induct, I thought you said you were going to duck some important people. Duck some important people. Good God, Froggy. You show up and not only late, by the way, now you're not even paying attention. Froggy Moth Legs. Inexcusable, unjust, and unappreciated. How dare you? Anyways, the depression over her dead brother. Interesting. Anyways, I just disagree with the statement. And we'll move on to other articles here in just a few moments. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it is about time that we get the show on the go. Again, 9 matches, 4 championship matches, an 8-man huge faction tag team war, and tournament qualifiers to get through. So let's get things rocking and rolling. And we're going to kick things off again with a hardcore championship match, Crimson Eliminator. And it is going to be a banger of a matchup. Mnemonics putting his championship, his newly won championship, by the way, just won that championship at Wrestle Wars Genesis, and looking to defend that title here tonight. All right, here we go. Episode number 454, live, WCW Starrcade. Let's go. Let's get things rocking and rolling. And here we go, the last main roster show of the week before the final push week, heading into the Hall of Legends show next Sunday night. It is officially go time. And again, we're starting things off with the Hardcore Championship match, Crimson Eliminator. And absolute villainy involved in this matchup. We got Christian Hart, Andre the Giant, Seth Rollins, the Nightmare Damien, and the Gooner, all looking to dethrone Mnemonics inside one of the most dangerous matchups known to mankind, and that is happening next. The tone-setting match of the evening. Are you guys ready? And incidentally, who do you guys think is walking out with the WCW Hardcore Championship? There is no betting line being opened, as they are only opened in the championship rounds, the final 3 matches of the card. But I am curious, what do you guys think? Is it going to be the Gooner, perhaps becoming a 3-time WCW Hardcore Champion? Perhaps Andre the Giant becomes a 1-time Hardcore Champion. The Iceman Christian Hart, perhaps. The Nightmare Damien, certainly no stranger to hardcore and extreme rule sets. Seth freaking Rollins, doesn't matter if it's a cage, a cell, a chamber, he will burn it down. But
Seth,
the other question is, we've seen how impressive Mnemonics has been. Team Techno has been. Can Mnemonics rise to the occasion and do the seemingly impossible, if you ask me, and walk into that Crimson Eliminator still reigning, defending, undisputed WCW Hardcore Champion? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? We're going to find out right now, because it is time to get episode number 454 on the go. It is party time. Let's go. Let me catch up with chat before I continue on with any dirt sheets.
Thanks for the shout.
Let's see. Kane, 873. Welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to episode number 454 here at the Argiverse. WCW Starrcade. You've made it just in time for the first match of the evening. Crimson Eliminator. 6 men going to battle. The only way to get out of that matchup alive is to make your opponent bleed and take them out of the contest. Froggy Mothlegs is AKOing Street. I know, it's garbage, isn't it? I have no idea why it wouldn't be working. I'm just going to have to figure it out after the show. I mean, I did take a quick look before we started getting things going, but I have no idea what's happening. Okay, so who's winning this match, guys? Is Mnemonics going to defend, or are we going to have a new champion? What do you guys think? The Nightmare Damien hopping himself up on some electricity. Getting those vibes flowing, he is. Joe Link says, did you guys happen to catch my second show yesterday of the night? VOD is on my Twitch and YouTube. I haven't yet, Joe Link, but I will.
It's a big time opportunity, Byron, as the title.
He says Damien is a scary, scary man. You're telling me. You're telling me. Again, the man shoots himself up with electricity and still manages to stagger, smoking, by the way, to the ring and continue a match. Whether it be against one opponent or more, it's a very, very peculiar and scary thing. I do agree. Joe Lang says Andre the Giant is going to win. What do you guys think? Is he right? Tell me. Talk to me. Knowledge me.
Behold,
I am the new tribal chief. Fuck Roman Reigns. Am I flying solo tonight? At the moment, yes. Does that mean I will be for the entirety of the show? No. I mean, people have jumped on the broadcast later in the show before, so it happens. But at the moment, yes, I am flying solo. The host of the most is in control and sailing the ship through calm waters. You want to know why, life? You want to know why, life? It is because, plain and simply put, we are the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. And I, sir, am your supreme leader, the tribal chief. Acknowledge me.
Doesn't matter what generation, what era, there is
that might have been a little over the top, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. All right. And speaking of Andre the Giant, look at the size of that behemoth. I gotta be honest, I don't want to wrestle that man ever. I would not want him punching me, stepping on me, falling. I would want him tripping and falling on me even, you know what I mean?
The target of the Glenalians.
And the target of the... You know, Joe Link, I should ban you for even mentioning that. I should ban you for... Those are savage little creatures that should never be acknowledged. The creatures that shall not be named is what the... You know what, I should... You know what, Joe Link? When I'm able to do so, you know what you've done, Joe Link? Do you know what you've kickstarted, Joe Link? Brought back, Joe Link. Do you know what is returning because of you, Joe Link? Can you answer that question, Joe Link? Do you know what is going to happen to the words that you're utilizing, the words you're attempting to taunt and tantalize the host of the most, of the very best wrestling promotion on the face of the planet? Do you know, Joe Link?
The list of Archer.
The list of Archer is going to return. That is correct. You have done it. You have asked for it. You are begged to have it reopened. How dare you, Life? That is not funny. You realize I can still ban people, right? I don't need stream elements to ban people. I do not.
He needs to be on his game tonight.
We can't shout out the streamer, which is crazy. No, you can't shout out the streamer. Well, I mean, you can. You can shout at anybody you want, except for the broadcaster, apparently, yeah. You just have to, again, you have to use the new Twitch shout out if you want to shout somebody out. Life says, do it, no balls. Alrighty then.
From England.
How about those for balls? Big, large cojones. How about those balls? You called down the thunder. The lightning follows. You got struck. Of course, if you're Damien, you kind of like that kind of thing. You do kind of like that kind of thing, which is ghastly. Hold on one sec while I unban Life. There you go, Life.
Was banned twice, LOL.
Wow, it said Life was banned twice. Really? That is superb. I mean, that is one bird with two stones. I kind of like it. You know, I've heard of two birds with one stone, but to get one bird with two stones at the same time, that is just excellence, isn't it? That is just excellence. Yo, Mr. Pink Gaming! Can we get a shout-out very quickly, please, for Mr. Pink Gaming? Also a fantastic wrestling streamer. Puts on a good show. You want to go check out his content. Make sure you support his channel.
No.
And appreciate you being here. Stalker19, welcome in. John in West Texas, welcome in. Appreciate you for being here. We're actually having a problem with our stream elements, so there's certain things we're not alerted to tonight. But thanks for joining the show, guys. Episode number 454 here at the Archiverse. It is WCW Starrcade. This is actually the very first match of the evening. And it is a six-man Crimson Eliminator match for the WCW Hardcore Championship. We're kicking the night off with a bang. Now, of course, we're talking about the Dirt Sheets. We're having a little bit of discussion about the Elimination Chamber. Did you guys watch the Elimination Chamber? Did you enjoy the Elimination Chamber? Tell us.
Bite your tongue, Cole. There's nothing delusional about this man.
Today,
Seth
Joe
Rollins
Link
has
is
earned
Kofi.
everything.
Today, Joe Link is Kofi. Hey, how'd you get that to work?
That's working now, Archiverse.
How did you do that? What, did you threaten Stream Elements? It didn't enjoy being the... You know what? Who was it? Was it Life that threatened to ban Stream Elements earlier? Maybe it did not enjoy the threatening comments. What else is working? Is it all working?
Play. Joe Link, your numbers are 8.
Yeah! We're back in business.
Joe Link. There are some amazing...
We are back in business. It's alive! All right. Excellent. So now that that's working, make sure that we're on top of shout-outs, AKOs, and all the other important aspects of the evening, of course. And in the meantime, let's move on with the dirt sheets. The Crimson Limited matchup is underway. Hardcore Championship being battled over. It is going to be one hell of a match. Do not take your eyes off the screen, but keep your ears open. How dare you if you're not listening to the serenading voice of the host of the most. I have the dirt sheets ready to roll. Let's go. All right, so Kenny Omega. Here's an article by Joey G. WrestlingHeadlines.com. It says Kenny Omega credits Cody Rhodes for really helping AEW during their launch in 2019. So there's also a lot of rumors swirling about Kenny Omega. There's a possibility Kenny Omega might end up in the WWE. But anyways, we'll talk about that in a moment. Says Kenny Omega praises Cody Rhodes for the work he did at the beginning of AEW. The Cleaner spoke about the American Nightmare during his recent appearance on the Swerve City podcast, where he credits the now WWE superstar for providing the young company with so many things that he himself and the Young Bucks were unable to provide. Says Cody knew that they needed to kickstart AEW, so the fourth EVP, we can't mention his name, just kidding, it's Cody. I will assume that it's just from knowledge of being in the business all of his life, because he was born into the business and he understood a lot from his father. He knew what we needed. He knew that we needed to line up, and the things that I couldn't get, I've got good contacts for any unsigned Japanese talent that you guys need. I can be that guy. The Bucks would be like, we know great guys from SoCal or indie guys. Cody's like, okay, cool, how about this guy and this guy? We'd have a list of talent and put them together. How Cody provided a lot of the pieces that he and the Bucks couldn't get. Says, and of course these are quotes, then Cody is like, what are we going to do about medical staffing? All right, we need that too. We should have doctors. I have a contract for Doc Samson. That's probably not going to be enough, so I had a dude named Bryce ready. I thought, hey man, I know I've taken care of some of our guys, and you really love wrestling. Would you be able to take a full-time opportunity to do that? We got trainers through that. What else do we need? We need producers for TV, guys that actually have experience doing wrestling production. That was a Cody thing. I can get in touch with this guy. The Bucks maybe knew a few guys at the beginning just to build that small infrastructure, which we didn't have. When you start checking names off the box, you think you're there, but you're not, because we were so understaffed at the beginning. How AEW could always use more people. It says, even to this day, I can confidently say we can use an extra trainer or two. The tables are always busy. We could have had a couple of gophers in case we were running low on certain things and materials. As things go, you naturally require more people to keep things running. And that's, of course, true. And Cody Rhodes, of course, would have a lot more connections and contacts in that regard, because he's just been doing it longer than those guys. And again, like Omega said, he was born into the business. He understands the business. He learned a lot from his dad. He understood a lot of things that, you know, and they didn't have that veteran knowledge and experience, and Cody Rhodes was able to provide that, you know what I mean? So, all right, let me catch up with Chad again. John in West Texas has been following the Archverse for 15 days and 1 hour. Stalker says, wish main event would have been left alone with no one interfering in it. I absolutely agree with that, Stalker. You are 100% accurate with your well, wishful commenting, I suppose. I agree. I didn't like the way it ended. See, first and foremost, that matchup started off terrible. That match started off 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of boredom. Then it turned itself around, got really good, and then it gave us a terrible finish. So, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I wish the main event would have been left alone with no interfering. But I mean, I knew something like that was going to happen.
Supersized elbow drop. We could have a new champion.
Stalker says it was a good match without them coming. Yeah, exactly. But again, I mean, you know that the Bloodline was probably going to get involved at some point. You know what I mean? They were going to get involved at some point, and did, obviously. Joling says Roman has had the titles for 902 days now. Yeah, that is correct. By the time WrestleMania hits, it'll be over 1,000 days. So, yeah, it's a long-ass time. But, I mean, during the period in which most of this transpired, the only other person you're going to put the title on is Drew McIntyre, which, you know, I actually thought Drew McIntyre should have had the title longer than he did. But Stalker said I called it before I came on, and every time, before it came on, and every time I have been right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a very predictable PLE, right? But of course it is. It's right before WrestleMania. To be honest, we've talked about it before, how we don't need a pay-per-view every single month, or a premium live event every single month. I think that proves it, because, I mean, time and time again, we just get, from January till WrestleMania, we just get terrible pay-per-views, you know? You get one or two good matches if you're lucky, no great matches, because they're saving everything for WrestleMania. That's literally a period of time where they could have some, you know, put on a tournament or do something different in that time frame, rather than just continue to have regular premium live events, which you're just going to build matches up and have them collapse because you're saving all of your material for WrestleMania. But has anybody played the lotto yet? Numbers are 500 and 050. 500, of course, for a channel redemption reward. 050 for a YTD Academy Championship op. All right. Only this Damien sizing up Andre the Giant. Are they the final two in this matchup? Oh my God, I've been going through this article and not paying attention to the match at hand. It is down to the Nightmare Damien and Andre the Giant. That is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the six-man Crimson Eliminator and new WCW Hardcore Champion from Team Kraken Skulls, the Nightmare Damien, is your new champion. Congratulations to Team Kraken Skulls, and of course the Nightmare Damien, another OG member, by the way, of the Archiverse. Has been around since the Archiverse 1.0. So again, congratulations to Damien and Kraken Skulls. Fantastic, big win for Damien.
For the new champion. Tonight is definitely a night to celebrate, but let's not lose sight of the fact they have a long road ahead of them now. At least if they're lucky.
Oh, all right. Well, what do you guys think? Who called that?
We've got a new champion.
Is the lotto now 3 separate numbers?
Did you guys call that win?
I called that, LOL.
No, Joe Link, I don't know why it started doing that. Just read it. Well, we're going to have to fix that, too. I don't know why it's doing that either. It started doing that on our last show. It's not supposed to be 3 separate numbers, no. So I got to go and figure that out and figure out why it changed or who changed it. I feel like somebody changed it. I mean, there's people that do have access, and I'm going to go ahead and guess that Stream Elements didn't just ghost itself. So I don't know. But it does annoy the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. Jolik says, my call got second place. Oh, Life, it was you that called it. Right. Well, if you were, if we had had betting lines open, you would have won that round, Life. Incidentally, Jolik, who did you say was going to win? I forget. Did you call for Mnemonics to retain, or? Andre, right. You said Andre the Giant would win. Right. Well, he came close. I mean, it came down to the Nightmare Damien and Andre the Giant. All right, here we go. We're going on to the next match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. And here we go. This is an 8-man, very vicious, rivaled faction tag team war that is going down before your very eyes. We have the Judgment Day, the Bloodline, the Wolfpack, and the Coalition, all going head-to-head. This is an elimination-style matchup. And again, these 4 tag teams and factions have been battling and going to war for months and weeks on end. Tonight, they're going to see if they can't settle their scores with one another. Personally, I highly doubt that. But they're going to give it a go. That is the point of the matchup. See if they can't settle the differences. But here we go. It is the Judgment Day. Damian Priest and Finn Balor taking on Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, and Solo Sikoa from the Bloodlines. We have Marshall Omega, the Omega from Team Night the Undying, teaming up with Team Glanola's War the Machine, and of course, the one, Elijah Archer, and his partner in crime, Rock Roberts. 8-man elimination. Fatal Tornado Tag Team matchup that is next. Let's rock and roll. All right, and guys, while these guys are making their way to the ring, I'm going to take a quick facilities break. So if you guys want to tell some jokes or some stories, whatever you want to do, I'll read it all when I come back. I won't be long. BRB.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way tag team match. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 527 pounds, the Blood Brothers.
Matches like these, with talent of this caliber, this is why sports entertainment is an art form.
Representing the NWO Wolfpack from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 261 pounds, the Omega, Marshall Omega.
You know, this person takes some pride in their work, but who could blame them? Few are as gifted in the ring as this performer.
Wow, you are laying it on thick, Saxton. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll hear you when they watch this match 10 times before bed tonight. Always walking around with a chip on his shoulder. He's going to use that anger against his opposition.
What do you call Triple H when he practicing for his match? Answer: Preparation H.
representing the NWO Wolfpack, from your darkest fears, weighing in at 339 pounds, War the Machine.
Now this
The new
competitor,
jackpot
they
number
just don't know when
40
to quit.
chance to win a
They can be
channel
outnumbered
redemption
10
of
to
your
1 in a match,
choices.
and they'd still walk into the ring with a
500.
smile.
The number to win
You
a
know what?
YTV
I'd still bet
championship
on them.
match
They've
is
got such
0.
incredible heart. They never give up on themselves.
Well, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 439 pounds, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, the Disciples of Darkness.
The moment this match was announced, the WWE Universe has expected a classic. I think it is destined to deliver.
How do you measure a snake? What are you playing on? Answer in inches, cause it doesn't he have feet? He is on PS4 Starrcade 19.
Here comes trouble.
I have returned, and just in time to see the Coalition make their way to the ring. Perfection. I assume they're the final team to make their way to the ring, by the looks of things. All right. Anyways, just going back in the chat here just a little bit.
And at a combined weight of 582 pounds, the Coalition.
Take a look at the
Who just lost to Damon at the end? It was Andre the Giant.
Exactly why the WWE Universe is so amped up for this one.
Tecto says, PMX, I got screwed out of my title. This place reeks of controversy. 788, unlucky. Titles come and go sometimes. That is true. 186, unlucky. Did you hear Elijah Wood join the WWE? And I heard he destroyed the ring. What do you call... Oh my God. What do you call Triple H when he's practicing for his match? Answer, Preparation H. Oh my God. The type of jokes you have to expect from one Joe Link, of course. How do you measure a snake? Answer in inches, because it doesn't have feet. Wow.
Multiple
Good
teams
God.
in this match being fought under elimination rules.
Cutting the ring in half is going to be very difficult.
All right, here we go. So back to the dirt sheets.
And things won't become traditional until we're down to just two teams.
Able to parry that.
Let's see here. There's really not a whole lot in the dirt sheets, and that's simply because tonight was the Elimination Chamber. Well, here's something interesting from about 4 hours ago. RingsideNews.com, Felix Upton says WWE signs top indie talent to a contract. So it says WWE is always on the lookout for new talent, especially if they already have some kind of ties with the company. Colby Corino, Steve Corino's son, is making big waves on the indies, and now he's about to take his talents to WWE. According to Bodyslam.net, Colby Corino has signed a contract with WWE as one of indie wrestling's top talents, and it didn't take a long time to decide on whether on WWE after departing from the NWA on January 1st. Now, in an update on the original report, he can now confirm that Colby Corino officially signed a deal with WWE earlier this week. Sources indicated to me that Corino is expected to report to NXT very soon and could be as early as the beginning of March. It was noted that Colby Corino had a WWE tryout at the end of January, and he was brought in for a private session. He is not part of any incoming class of talent because his signing was on his own. Colby Corino has a few indie wrestling dates to wrap up. It was also noted that he wrestled a Last Dance match against Homicide for Catalyst Wrestling. And last night for PWF in North Carolina saw the final appearance of all three, the Ugly Ducklings, Colby Corino, Rob Killjoy, and Lance Lude. And just says we'll have to wait and see what's next for Colby Corino, and they'll of course update with any new information they might come across. I'll catch up with the chat here quick. If you want to wrestle in the Archiverse, join the Discord and put your hashtag in the... Oh, Stalker, yeah, if you want to just go to the Discord and put your hashtag in the ink a contract section if you already have a superstar that's ready to be inked to a contract, and then of course that superstar will debut in YTD Academy, which is over on YouTube. All right, so moving on. Here's something from ringsidenews.com, and again it's Satarshi Sinha. This is the second article we've read from them. So it says, Alexa Bliss once got legitimate heat from Randy Orton's wife over inappropriate behavior. It says WWE is well known for its over-the-top storylines and provocative content. It's not uncommon for characters to participate in kissing segment as part of the storyline or character development. In professional wrestling, such scripted intimate moments are sometimes used for comedic effects or to build romantic tension between characters. Randy Orton had a wild feud with the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and his then partner Alexa Bliss in 2021. At WWE Fastlane that same year, Orton went one-on-one with Bliss. The match concluded with Bliss scoring the victory over Orton after recovering help from Bray Wyatt.
What do you say? This is amazing.
Following the match, Alexa Bliss found herself in trouble with Randy Orton's wife, Kim. Mrs. Orton had called the former Raw Women's Champion out for straddling the Viper during the pinfall. According to various media reports at the time, Kim Orton was legitimately disgruntled with Alexa Bliss's seemingly inappropriate behavior with her husband. Rumors also suggest that Randy Orton himself got heat from Kim following the matchup. The Viper later responded to Kim Orton's tweet, stating that she apparently does not bother about Alexa Bliss. However, Randy Orton later deleted his tweet, which caused the WWE Universe to speculate that Kim was upset about the whole matter. The Viper later... No, let's just... Why did they have the same thing twice? Here's the quote from the tweet. It says, apparently my wife doesn't care too much for Alexa Bliss.
He climbs into the ring. Instantly.
Maybe Soulja Boy should tell her it's fake. Randy Orton and his wife Kim tied the knot in 2015 after meeting at a WWE event. The couple is now raising 5 children together. On the other hand, Alexa Bliss has been in a relationship with celebrity musician Ryan Cabrera since 2020, and the two were married last year. I don't think I ever heard that one before. I wasn't aware there was any sort of heat between them. Did anybody else know that?
Working that hold now.
Like, was there already a story revolving that, and I just missed out on that somehow? I don't know.
Much pain, even an iron will might not be strong enough.
Look at this, he let it go.
Curious decision there, Michael.
Oh, you were talking about WWE. Well, we would all like to be hired by them.
I don't either. Can this ref even count the 3?
We would all like to be hired by them.
Sling blade. Followed up with a...
All right. So that looks like basically all there is to the dirt sheets tonight. I guess there's one more interesting article from ringsidenews.com. And again, Felix Upton wrote this one. It is apparently Triple H reached out to Mercedes Moné before her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. Well, I mean, part of me says, well, of course she did. But anyways. So Sasha Banks decided to walk out on WWE instead of carry on with Vince McMahon's booking plan for her. Naomi walked out with her, but only Banks made her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut as Mercedes Moné. It turns out that Triple H supported this decision. Mercedes Moné recently dropped a 22-minute long documentary about her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. The documentary walked fans through her journey, one that brought her from WWE to New Japan Pro Wrestling. During that documentary, Mercedes Moné claimed that Triple H and William Regal both texted her before her New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. She got very emotional about this as she told the camera about the messages. And this is a quote. And also at midnight I got very nice text from Triple H. And still it's crazy. And I got an amazing text from William Regal this morning. It says there is thought in WWE that Sasha Banks will eventually make her way back to the company. Some are under the opinion that this is why she wasn't brought into AEW, despite the obvious boss teases prior to the Soraya's mystery partner reveal. This could be a reason why Tony Khan didn't bring Mercedes Moné in if she has no intention of signing a longer deal, which would keep her from making a WWE return. Only time will tell what's next for Sasha Banks, but she is still lighting up the world as Mercedes Moné. It also appears that she has plenty of support from WWE to do so. And it says you can check out the documentary. You can find it right here on ringsidenews.com if you're interested. And again, that's pretty much it for the dirt sheets tonight. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of additional interesting information. I'm sure tomorrow... well, actually, so I had a bit of a schedule change. So YTD Academy Live is actually going to be Monday evening as opposed to tomorrow evening, because I have to work very late and then I have to go to work the next morning. So I don't have the time frame anymore, sadly, to run YTD Academy Live. So we're going to be doing YTD Academy Live and the beginning of the final push week with the Archivers Wrestle Wars Genesis back-to-back Monday and Tuesday this week. So it's going to be a fun week. We've got lots going on. YTD Academy Live will see some championship, and they will be the final championship matches until next weekend's Hall of Legends show, which again we're going to induct some very deserving people into the Hall of Legends, people that have been around since the Archivers 1.0 and early 2.0, some management teams. We're going to have some superstars that won some awards throughout the year also being celebrated. We'll probably be doing some reminiscing about well over 450 episodes with the Archivers, so it's going to be a great night. Some fire matches, and again, we're going to induct some very deserving people into the Hall of Legends, our very first ever award show, so you don't want to miss out. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winners of the match, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, the Judgment Day, have just scored a huge win over the Wolfpack, the Coalition, and wow, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they pulled that off, actually. If I was to bet on that, I would have never bet on the Judgment Day. I mean, the Judgment Day, although they have been a menace and caused problems in the locker room, the parking lot, you name it, hotel rooms, they have been an absolute mess. They've done more losing than they have winning. Then here tonight, put in an 8-man, a Fatal Tornado tag team elimination matchup, and they come out victorious over 4 of the greatest tag teams in the sport today. I mean, the Bloodline, the Coalition, the Wolfpack, and the Judgment Day. An absolute war. And the Judgment Day somehow comes out victorious in the matchup. Absolutely tremendous. And that certainly catapults the Judgment Day straight up the ladder towards that top of that food chain in the tag team division. It's going to be hard to keep them out of championship title contention now as we approach, again, our first ever award show. We are going to have matches. We'll have championship matches, and this could very well lead them directly to next Sunday's award show to challenge for the World Tag Team Championship. We'll have to see what happens with that, and we'll have to see what the Severns and, of course, the Wolfpack have planned as far as WCW goes at the Hall of Legends show. But anyways, congratulations to the Judgment Day. Big victory in that Fatal Tornado tag team elimination matchup. And here we go, next match of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. And this is our very first Archiver's World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament qualifying match of the evening. And it is Taz taking on the former longtime reigning Legends champion from YTD Academy, Jeff Jarrett. And this should be a fantastic match, specifically when it comes to the technical aspect of the game. But what do you guys think? Who walks out victorious here? Who is going to walk in to the Archiver's World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament? Is it going to be Taz? Or is it going to be Double J, Jeff Jarrett? What do you guys think? Myself, I'm leaning towards Taz here, I think. I think Taz is hungry. He has yet to grab that brass ring. Jeff Jarrett has already been a champion. Just lost that championship not too long ago. I mean, he too is probably looking for a way to get back into the spotlight. Maybe try to reclaim that Legends championship, or who's ever. I mean, he might chase another champion for their championship gold. Who knows? Jeff Jarrett capable of beating anybody on any given night. But Taz has been looking sensational. Again, he is hungry, has yet to grab that brass ring. But what do you guys think? Taz or Jeff Jarrett? Joling says, I think Jarrett will squeak out with the win. I have to disagree. I think Taz takes this. I think he wins it by submission. Life is Great says that was a 30 count and the ref missed it. Yeah, he did miss that. That was a very long count. Or would have been a long count. There was no ref to count it. But there was a ref, but he did not count it. All right, here we go. First qualifying match of the evening for the Archiver's World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament. Taz versus Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Let's go. All right. So let's move on to our first list of the evening, shall we? All right, so my first list of the night is from the Sportster.com. It was published by Wesley Avendano, and it is entitled The 10 Great Wrestlers Who Fans Were Able to Relate to. So 10 great wrestlers that fans were able to relate to. All right, here we go. So, it says fans were drawn to these wrestling stars because of their amazing in-ring work and relatable personalities. There's no exact formula for becoming a top star in the wrestling business. Some guys are born with the gift of gab and just know how to engage an audience with a mic in their hand. Other performers prefer to let their ring work do the talking for them. The perfect main event star would honestly be some combination of the two. Unfortunately, the wrestling business isn't perfect, so the perfect main event star doesn't exist. However, throughout the years, there's been a handful of great wrestlers who have managed to make themselves extremely relatable to fans. Not all of them possessed elite promo skills, but for one reason or another, fans just flock to them. So number 10 on this list is Rob Van Dam. So it says today Rob Van Dam's wrestling character has changed significantly. His latest incarnation was a cocky playboy who thought fans should envy his life. In the late 90s, early 2000s, though, Van Dam couldn't have been further from that character. For years in ECW, Van Dam was pro wrestling's best-kept secret. He would consistently put on the best matches on the card and leave the audience in awe. Eventually, Van Dam made his way over to WWE. In WWE, Van Dam was one of the most over-performers on the roster. His laid-back demeanor made it easy for fans to relate to him. Not only was Van Dam one of the best workers on the roster, but he seemed like a genuinely cool guy to hang out with. Number 9 on the list is Diamond Dallas Page. So it says in 1996 and 1997, WCW was on fire with their booking. Everything they tried to somehow manage to work, including pushing a late bloomer like Diamond Dallas Page. Now, in hindsight, the move proved to be another great decision by WCW at the time. Page would go on to become one of the pillars of WCW in their war against the NWO. On the January 13th, 1997 edition of WCW Monday Nitro, Page became a massive fan favorite when he rejected Scott Hall's offer to join the NWO and hit Hall with a diamond cutter. Now, some fans might scoff at the notion of Page being a great wrestler, but at his peak, he had some absolute mat classics against Macho Man Randy Savage and surprisingly Goldberg. All things considered, it's not surprising that Page was viewed as WCW's People's Champion. I mean, I don't think I ever personally heard or anybody refer to Diamond Dallas Page as WCW's People's Champion. But I mean, you know, looking back now and in hindsight, I mean, I could kind of agree with that. He kind of was. Froggy Mothblake says, Oz better be on the list. Alright, so number 8, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So it says it takes a special kind of performer to play either a babyface or a heel for their entire career. Typically, wrestling fans grow tired of a specific performer always playing the same role. That's what makes performers like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat exceptional. Steamboat spent his entire Hall of Fame career feuding with top heels like Macho Man Randy Savage and Nature Boy Ric Flair. In those feuds, Steamboat played a special kind of relatability with audiences. In his feud with Ric Flair in particular, Steamboat played the role of the family man, diametrically opposing Flair's playboy persona perfectly. Number 7 is Rey Mysterio. It says Rey Mysterio is arguably the greatest luchador of all time. On top of that, Mysterio is also in the conversation for the greatest underdog of all time. Mysterio's size, or lack thereof, might have been initially being viewed as negative. However, in hindsight, it's clear that Mysterio's short stature made him a lot more relatable to the wrestling audience, especially kids. Add that to the fact that Mysterio is a wizard inside the ring, and it's easy to see why he's one of the most popular wrestlers ever. Mysterio's souvenir masks are one of the WWE's top-selling pieces of merchandise ever, even to this day, and further cementing just how popular and relatable Rey Mysterio truly is. I'm just going to check out the chat real quick. Froggy says, wouldn't WCW People's Champion be Sting? Well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. I mean, again, I can sort of understand why they, like, somebody... if you look back on the career, the WCW career of Diamond Dallas Page, I kind of see how they might consider him the People's Champion of WCW, but you're right. You're right. For myself, personally, if I was gonna name... If I was gonna name a People's Champion for WCW, it would definitely probably be Sting. Roman Reigns 2021, welcome in.
Together we will grow strong in our
What's going on, my friend?
communities
Welcome
where
into episode number
strong
454.
support for one another's endeavors.
This is our final WCW Starrcade
Tribal Chef.
as far as championship matchups goes. We're about to head into our final push week as we head into next weekend's first ever Archerverse Award show. The Hall of Legends. It's going to be a fire show. Roman Reigns, you want to be here for it. You do not want to miss out. There's going to be some fire matches, championship matches, inducting people into the Hall of Legends. It's going to be a great night with a great community, and we're going to induct some very deserving people into the Hall of Legends. But anyways, right now you've walked into the first qualifying matchup of the evening for the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament. We already have 4 entrants. We're going to be putting 4 more entrants for a total of 8 in this evening, and this is the first matchup of the night as far as qualifiers go. Jeff Jarrett taking on Taz. Let's see here. Froggy says, my tribal chief. How dare you? Don't forget I need a person still. Froggy says, did the bot fix itself? It apparently did, yeah. We have no idea what was going on with that, but it did eventually decide to fix itself, yeah. Yeah, no, there's no high five. No high five. There you go. Alright. So anyways, number 6 on the list is Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels is an anomaly when it comes to relatability with fans. On one hand, Michaels was a self-centered, selfish, and drug-abusing performer during his initial WWE run in the 90s. On the other hand, Michaels changed his ways when he found religion and made up for most of his past transgressions during the return to the ring in the 2000s. During his second run, Michaels managed to connect with an audience that used to hate to love him. He definitely had a love-hate relationship. Michaels might have been a superior physical performer in the 90s, but it was in the 2000s that he gained the full support of the WWE audience. Number 5 on the list is Bret the Hitman Hart. So Bret the Hitman Hart might just be the greatest technical wrestler to ever step foot inside a wrestling ring. Trained by the legendary Hart family dungeon by his father, Stu Hart, he knew every wrestling hold and its counter before ever arriving in WWE. After initially being part of the Hart Foundation tag team with his brother-in-law Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Hart got his first strong singles push in 1991. Fans immediately related to Hart, who won most of the matches by outworking his opponents. Hart rode that fan support all the way to becoming a WWE champion. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match, and now moving on as entrant number 5 into the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament. Double J Jeff Jarrett is your victor, and is now going to be challenging 4 other people thus far for the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship. So congratulations to Double J Jeff Jarrett. Big win over Taz and moving on into the tournament. All right, and we'll move on to the second qualifying match of the evening here in just a moment.
This victory is exactly the kind of statement I knew he wanted to make here.
This was a message from him to the entire WWE universe.
What did you saw about my person? I can't say that I've seen your person. Froggy says, is taken down, clutching ribs. All right. Here we go. Moving on to the next match of the night, and again, it is our second tournament qualifying match of the evening. Let's go.
Have you joined the Discord Roman Regents 2021?
And here we go. Next match of the evening. Again, falls will count anywhere. And it is the King of Hearts, Owen Hart, taking on Y2J, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Le Champion, the Wizard, the Ocho, Chris Jericho. 1v1 in our second Archivers World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament Qualifier matchup. What do you guys think? Who's walking out with the W and in as the 6th entrant into the Gold Rush Tournament? Is it going to be Owen Hart or is it going to be Chris Jericho? What do you guys think? Talk to me. Tell me. Sound off. Roman Reigns says, my Discord is broken. Well, just create a new one is my suggestion there, Roman Reigns. Or is it just the application itself that's messed up? I've had a couple people tell me they can't even get Discord to work on their phones or device, etc. So you never know. Joel says there's a link, there's an Inca contract section where you can put the description of your wrestler for Archer.
But I think
the application itself. All right, so what you should do is if you already have a superstar that is ready to be inked to a contract, you can simply message anybody in the community and they can put that in the Inca contract section for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to give a description of a superstar you might be looking for, and we can, of course, go out on a talent-seeking mission, if you will, talent recruiting, and see if we can't find you a superstar to get inked to a contract. But Life with a 3-4-3, unlucky. Joe Link says, I want Owen Hart to win, but Jericho will probably win. All right, well, we're going to find out. I personally am going with Owen Hart here. I think the King of Hearts takes out the Ocho. Falls count anywhere. Owen Hart versus Chris Jericho. Let's go.
Your banning me took away my mod status, L.
LOL. Oh, that's right. I forgot it does that. Life, I apologize. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, it didn't it?
And there we go. You're all fixed up, Life. Your nice shiny sword should have returned by now.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Hart Foundation.
You're good to go. All right.
226 pounds.
Roman Reigns says, Joel Link, can you help me out? Of course he'll help you out. There's lots of people in the community that can help you with anything you may need assistance with, questions you might need answered. They are a fantastic community, Roman Reigns. Do feel free to lean on them. All right. So back to the list.
Life is Great. Life is Great has been following the Archerverse for 1 year, 10 days.
Life is Great has been following the Archerverse for 1 year and 10 days. Thank you very much, Life is Great. Epic.
Follow. Roman Legends 2021. Roman Legends.
Froggy's trying to create a lightsaber, wants to be a Jedi, apparently.
For 9 months, 4 days, 1 hour.
Figures if Jar Jar Binks can be, can walk around with the Jedi and be involved in the Clone Wars, he too can create a lightsaber and be the very first frog on the Jedi Council. All right. Anyways, sword sibling salute. Glenola. Welcome in, Glenola. Appreciate you being here as always. The co-host with the most, at least normally. Tonight, not feeling the greatest. Decided to take the night off from the broadcast booth, but is in the community chat room with the best community on Twitch. All right, so Roman Reigns has been following the Archivers for 9 months, 4 days, and 1 hour. Glenola has been following the Archivers for 1 year, 10 months, 26 days, and 16 hours. Absolutely fantastic. And thank you for shouting out Glenola. Appreciate that. Man, the numbers are still all screwed right up. I got to figure that out. I don't understand how that got changed. Oh, there's definitely an issue with the Lotto Glenola. We've known that the entire show. In the beginning of the show, Stream Elements wasn't working at all. And then it just decided to pop back in. But the jackpot has been messed up since the last show. it for some reason changed, and I have no idea why it did that.
There are some amazing and fun channel rewards to choose from if you are skipping the rest.
Today, Glenola is Alexa Bliss. Congratulations to Glenola on being Alexa Bliss. Fantastic. Froggy says they won't let me on the council. They already have a small green guy. Alright, so until we get the lotto fixed, if you get, for instance, a 3, a 10, and a 10, just play the lotto again.
You need to play Archer. I'm Ruby Soho.
Okay, because we will disregard those. For instance, the 7, the 5, and 9, I can say, okay, that's 7, 5, 9. Unlucky, nowhere near the 500 or the 050. Froggy with a 491 unlucky, 773 unlucky, 115 unlucky, but getting closer.
There was 2 in
Hey, what happened to Froggy's sword? Why does Froggy's... Oh, okay, there it is. I was going to say, where did it go? There's that... Look at that one line. It just shows no sword there. That is weird. 696. Unlucky. 312. Unlucky. Alright, back to the list. You guys are just lucking out here. I'm just... Alright, so it was back to the Bret Hart when he got his first strong singles push in 91. So fans immediately related to Hart, who won most of his matches by outworking his opponent. Hart rode the fan support all the way to becoming WWE Champion. One practice that certainly endeared Hart to the audience was him always giving his shades to young members of the audience before his matches. Even after turning heel in 1997, Hart maintained a good amount of fan support, particularly in Canada. Of course, right? Number 4, Glenola, you're going to love this one. Number 4 is CM Punk. 312 lucky. Weird. What's weird? Roman Reigns got 415. Unlucky, but closer. You can still play again, Roman Reigns, because you can play twice. There's 2 sets of numbers. Life says, what the heck? Glenola says, flush BM Punk. I know, right? The sword disappeared and came back. I have no idea what that's about. No idea what that's about. 5-3-10. I mean, we could take that and say it's 5-3-1, and that gets you at least in the running. Or you can play again. I don't know. Let's. But if you take the 0 off that certainly puts you in the running. I still accept the initials as long as it's, yeah, Rollins' decision. Froggy says, Cancer Man Punk. That's pretty much what Seth Rollins had to say as well. So anyways, sometimes a performer has to gradually work his way into the hearts of wrestling audience. Other times, fans find them likable and relatable right off the bat. CM Punk would definitely fall into the latter category. Almost immediately upon his arrival in WWE, hardcore wrestling fans loved and supported Punk. WWE management would take a little more time to come around, but by the time they did, the entire wrestling universe seemed to be captivated by CM Punk. It certainly didn't hurt that Punk dubbed himself the voice of the voiceless and said everything frustrated fans were thinking. Punk's relatability and popularity eventually led him to a 434-day reign as WWE Champion. A 434-day reign that I personally do not believe was warranted, and I was not impressed by. Number 3 on the list is Eddie Guerrero. So Eddie Guerrero's charisma is the stuff of legends. Whether he was working heel or babyface at the time, Guerrero had a knack for pulling audiences in. Much like Rey Mysterio, Guerrero's stature was initially deemed a negative, but in time, it would prove to be one of the biggest assets. Fans saw Guerrero and could relate to him because he looked more like them than Brock Lesnar or John Cena. On top of that, Guerrero's character work was on a whole other level. All the heights of his lies, cheat, and steal antics Guerrero would play to the audience heavily. The wrestling world collectively cried when Guerrero, of course, suddenly and tragically passed away in 2005. And, of course, R.I.P. to the legendary Eddie Guerrero. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the qualifying matchup and now entered as the 6th entrant into the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament. The Ayatollah of Rock and Roll. It is the Ocho, the Wizard, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, moving on with a big W into that tournament. Oh shit, look at this. What the fuck is Hart doing out there? Christian Hart going after Chris Jericho here. Yo! Ooh. Drop kick right to the face by Chris Jericho. Good God, what is Christian Hart apparently got some beef with the Ocho here. I have no idea what led to this eventful happening. I have no idea. But Christian Hart looking to take out Chris Jericho after a grueling matchup. A back and forth struggle so far for control. Oh, Jericho with a wheel kick right to the face takes Hart back down on the mat. Nice fireman's carry takedown by Christian Hart. Snapmare takedown, and Christian Hart just continues to work the already battered and bruised Chris Jericho. Elbow after a nice drop kick right to the chest of Christian Hart. Jericho's still got a lot left in the gas tank. Apparently he is still in it to win it. And look at this nice standing vertical here. Chris Jericho with a big show of strength here as he suspends Christian Hart in the air. And down he goes. Beautifully executed. Stalling vertical suplex by Chris Jericho. Another drop kick to the chest as Christian Hart attempts to continue his campaign to take out Jericho.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. This fight
Looks like Jericho might be bleeding from his right eye there. I can't quite tell. But that is it. That is all. Christian Hart laid out on the mat. And Chris Jericho standing tall as the victor of the match and the victor of that very strange happening. And if I was to think anybody was going to invade a matchup of Chris Jericho's, I would have never guessed Christian Hart was going to, for some reason, interfere or attempt to run interference on Chris Jericho here. Specifically at the end of the match. That was a post-match run-in. I mean, what the hell? You think if you were going to, attempt to upstage Chris Jericho, you would have done it during the middle of the match. I don't know. Or the beginning of the match. I don't know. Yeah. Jericho beat up two Harts. But again, it's not like the Hart. I mean, again, they stand tall together, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think Owen Hart was in need of rescue there. I mean, if you think that was the case, you'd think it would have been Bret the Hitman Hart that would have come out, not Christian Hart. I just think something happened between Jericho and Christian Hart. We're going to have to wait and talk to Team Christian Cool, or somebody's going to have to go down and interview Chris Jericho. Either way, we're going to have to wait and see exactly why this all transpired. Again, if it was a matter of, just Owen Hart getting a beat down, you'd think it would have been his brother Bret the Hitman Hart, right? Not his great nephew. But anyways, congratulations to Chris Jericho, the 6th entrant into the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament. And it is time to move on to the 3rd qualifying matchup of the evening. Let's go. All right, here we go. Psycho Sid Vicious, the man that earlier today, if anybody was paying attention over at YTD Academy, ended up becoming the new reigning defending YTD Academy Legends Champion. And he is set to take on former Archerverse World Unified Wrestling Television Champion, the Freight Train, Frank Miller. One of these two gents will, of course, move on and be entered as the 7th entrant into that Gold Rush tournament. What do you guys think? Who's it going to be? Psycho Sid Vicious? Or do you guys think the Freight Train, Frank Miller from Team France with 2 L's, can take out Psycho Sid. What do you think? Who's walking out the victor, guys? Laid out 2 hearts. Sure did. Man, Jericho. I already read that part. I didn't see Froggies for some reason, though.
9-4. Good luck, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns says, Joe, you might have to help me.
And fun channel rewards to choose from.
And Roman Reigns is a 794. Unlucky. All right. Here we go. Matchup number 3 in the tournament qualifiers. Sid Vicious, Freight Train, Frank Miller from Team France with 2 L's, Falls Count Anywhere. Let's go. All right, and back to the list. Actually, what do you guys think? Because we didn't really finish talking about the whole Roman Reigns Sami Zayn matchup. We touched base on it, but then we kind of backtracked and talked about the Women's Chamber match and a couple other aspects. What was your guys' overall thought of the outcome of that match?
The Heritage Wrestling Champion, Psycho!
A matchup like this, it's one that the locker room has wanted to see. It's one that the WWE Universe has wanted to see. It's one that I've been waiting to see, and it's about to go down.
What were your thoughts on that? Were you guys happy with the outcome of that? Roman Reigns says, my whisper won't work. Do you have Twitter? Joe Link does have Twitter, yes. And for that matter, Roman Reigns, I think most of us have Twitter. The Archerverse is on Twitter, so you may as well add the Archerverse while you're over there. And if you haven't already, make sure you go over to YouTube and click subscribe over at YTD Academy. That way you can follow the action over there, because we have dark matches all throughout the week. And 3 Sundays of the month, we have YTD Academy live on YouTube. So you don't want to miss out on the action over there. And of course, your superstar will eventually make their debut on YTD Academy. So,
mine is Joe Link on Twitter.
Life is Great also has Twitter. Actually, anybody that has Twitter, could you please pop your links in so people can follow that? There are no limitations on posting links, because we have a very mature and amazing community, so we don't need to do such things. So you guys can all post whatever links you want.
Hey, where's the horse?
Plus, if somebody gets in, and there's a whole community to ban you, so I don't care. It's one of the great things about the Archerverse. You know, you can be here, you don't have to worry about trolls, because first and foremost, you've already joined a bunch of professional trolls. Villains, rabid wolves, professional trolls. Either way, this is the wrong channel for trolls to waltz on into, because we simply spin them around and have them pirouette right back out the door from whence they came. We eat them alive, we chew them up, and we spit them out. So we don't really worry about things like that here. Therefore, post away. If you guys have other social media platforms you'd like to share and would like other people to follow from the Archerverse community, please post them. Do not hesitate.
It is difficult to get a reprieve from an onslaught.
It is the beauty of the Archerverse TV. We like to support other channels and support people's endeavors. We don't try to oppress that from happening.
What's it going to take? He's not letting fatigue set in or get the better of him.
All right, so anyways, back to the list. Number 3, again, is Eddie Guerrero, and we're moving on to number 2, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not really surprised that Austin's on the list, I guess. I mean, it's kind of obvious he was over with the fans, so I guess it's a little bit weird in that sense. But they're talking about great where's that? It just seems they could have picked other superstars other than the obvious Stone Cold Steve Austin. But anyway, so it says in the late 90s, society as a whole was going through a metamorphosis. Pro wrestling wrestling was no different.
Outside the ring now. He has no need to rush.
Gone were the days of the one-dimensional good guys and bad guys. In their place, we would get more complex characters with both good and bad elements. At the forefront of that revolution was the Stone Cold Steve Austin character. In any previous era, Austin's character would have been a heel. However, during the Attitude Era, Austin became the biggest anti-hero in wrestling history. Fans vicariously lived through Austin during his feud with WWE owner and the blue-collar redneck who drank beer and flipped his boss, the Bird, would go down as one of the most relatable wrestler characters of all time. Absolutely agree with that. Again, you're going to name great wrestlers that were there's other wrestlers you could have chosen, I just think, as opposed to the obvious. Yo, Honeybee Wrestling is in the house. How is our neighborhood double champion doing? And by the way, Honeybee, fantastic match at YTD Academy today. Congratulations on that. Actually, quite a few people had matches today. Did you guys all see the action over at YTD Academy today? Absolutely epic. Life is Great says, mine is Life is Great 1. So actually, it's Life is Grady 1. Oh, I killed him. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And good morning to you, Honeybee. Honeybee Wrestling is Mick Foley. Yeah. All right. So anyway, number one, last but not least on this list, is Daniel Bryan. So it says there have been many great performers throughout the years that have been extremely relatable with fans. However, only one man was so likable and so relatable that he sparked an entire movement. The wrestling world will likely never see anything like Daniel Bryan's rise to stardom ever again. After years of breaking his back for the audience and being overlooked by WWE management, Bryan could no longer be denied. With the support of the Yes movement at his back, Bryan embarked on the improbable run which culminated with him winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at 30. Since then, Bryan has remained arguably the top babyface in WWE, despite briefly retiring from 2016 to 2018. So again, that was a list by thesportster.com, and it was 10 great wrestlers who fans were able to relate to. Again, a couple of them I just would have left off just because it was too obvious. You could have thrown some other wrestlers into the spotlight and gave them some recognition. But, again, it was Sportster.com. It was Wesley Appendano. It's actually a list that's a couple years old. It was published May 4th of 2021. Now, number 10 was Rob Van Dam. Number 9 was Diamond Dallas Page. Number 8 was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Number 7, guys, was Rey Mysterio. Number 6 was Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid. Number 5, Bret the Hitman Hart. Number 4 is Team Granola's favorite wrestler of all time, CM Punk. Number 3, Eddie Guerrero. Number 2, the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And last but not least, again, was Daniel Bryan. And again, that was 10 great wrestlers who were able to relate to be relatable by fans. It was a good list.
We're gonna see it.
Usually I'll sit and pick apart a list. I'm just going to leave this one alone. Again, I could have changed a couple of people, swap them out and put other people in for better recognition purposes. Maybe some of the more underrated wrestlers that were relatable and also great wrestlers, but like Bret the Hitman Hart, obvious. Stone Cold Steve Austin, obvious. I mean, there's just, but that said, they truly did name some great wrestlers. They were totally relatable to fans, and it's not like it was a top 10 list or a ranked list. Therefore, it's just simply a solid list. I quite enjoyed that list. So,
He's taking this to the floor now.
all right. Let's see if I'm missing out on anything in the chat room.
Beautiful strike combination.
Mick Foley was not on that list. Probably should have been, Froggy.
Getting back into the ring.
Life is Great was taken on Twitter. Nice, yeah, I kind of figured that's why you added the one.
From the top. And nobody's there.
Joling says, okay, I got you, followed Roman Reigns. Reigns says, better send me a message on Twitter, he said. Life is Great says, and I say there could be only one, but I'm sad for her. She posts her very religious posts, usually followed by motivational quotes, and I'm just here like, why? Froggy says, life is great is sometimes super basic. Or wait a minute, life is great and sometimes super basic. But not our life. She locked her account down. I had to check up on the clone. I'll have to check that out. I mean, I do like a good laugh once in a while. I am not a big fan of religious content. Especially because, people just get immature and start acting ridiculous. And if there was ever a time where blasphemy is being tossed around, it's usually during a discussion regarding religion. But anyways, wow, look at that. Holy fuck! No way! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the qualifier matchup and moving on as entrant number 7 into the Archiver's World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament, Psycho Sid is your victor. Wow, I did not see that one coming. That, to me, is a big surprise right there. Holy shit. Life says you can't see her account anymore, not unless you send a follower request. Well, that's probably because she took a lot of heat. A lot of times when you try to use a platform to discuss religion, you end up trolls and haters and hate messages, all of that. So that's not really a surprise that she probably locked down that account. Froggy Mothleg says, shit, I 100% expected Miller to walk out. I know, me too. I have no idea what's going on.
I just liked reading it when it was open.
Whoa, what's Archer doing out there? What the fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong. The Coalition and the Natural Disasters have had quite the rivalry in the past several weeks, but Archer's still a little pissed off that he lost his match earlier. Maybe he wanted to come out here for a second attempt at redeeming himself for the evening. I don't know. This is crazy though. But Psycho Sid is dealing an ass whooping to Elijah Archer right now. That I know.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, look at this. Whoa! A release crucifix powerbomb to Archer. Snapmare takedown. Psycho Sid is all over him.
What the hell does Archer have?
Big right hand right between the eyes. I mean, who the hell hired those cameramen? Who cuts scene right in the middle of it? I mean, they were just about to lock horns in the middle of the ring. Now Psycho Sid is simply walking away. We have no idea what happened in between. Somebody fire those cameramen. Somebody fire I mean, not right now. Not right now. We do need to utilize their services still at this point. But after the show, immediately fire them. Honestly, that was absolutely ghastly. Joe Link says tournament beef. Well, they are both in the tournament. They are both in the tournament. What the hell does Archer have against it? Well, I mean, the Coalition and the Natural Disasters have had an ongoing rivalry for several weeks, Life. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Natural Disasters, much like the Judgment Day, have been causing havoc everywhere. But Techno says, hey, Honeybee Wrestling. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, congratulations to Psycho Sid Vicious, the 7th entrant into the Gold Rush tournament. Time to move on to the 4th and final tournament qualifying matchup.
I'm sorry.
And one of these two superstars are going to be entered as the 8th entrant into this Gold Rush tournament for the Archiverse World Wrestling Championship. Let's go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, from Team Infinite Oni. It is Matthew Ultraviolet, who got off to a bit of a rocky start upon inking a contract, but has completely turned things around, has been one of the most impressive superstars in YTD Academy as of late. And he is set to take on AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles, in our 4th tournament qualifier matchup. Guys, what do you think? Does Matthew Ultraviolet continue to rise to the top of the food chain, or does AJ Styles send Matthew Ultraviolet back to the drawing board at YTD Academy? What do you guys think? Who are you guys backing here? And then you guys are going to have to start getting your thinking caps on, because immediately following this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, we will officially enter the championship rounds, which means you guys are going to get a chance to bet on the matches and earn yourself some Archiverse bucks. So get those thinking caps on, get those gears turning, because it is just about championship rounds time. But first and foremost, let's get this next match of the night underway. It is our next tournament qualifying matchup. It is Team Infinite Oni and Matthew Ultraviolet taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles representing the OC. Let's go!
Good day, Oni.
Alright, so guys, before I get to my next match, sorry, not my next match of the night, we have to get through this matchup first. Before I get to my next list of the evening, I'm just going to take a short bathroom break. I will not be long. But enjoy the matchup. I'm sure it'll probably, it's a 1v1 matchup, Falls Count Anywhere, so I don't imagine it'll take too long to get these gentlemen out to the ring. But again, Joe Link, Life is Great, Honeybee Wrestling, anybody else that wants to participate, if you guys want to tell me a story, or tell a joke, a riddle, spit some bars, whatever you want to do, I will read it live when I return. I will not be long. Appreciate your patience. I will be right back.
Love you too, Techno.
Gentlemen, we are about to experience something phenomenal.
Here's a man who can do it all and has done it all in short order here in WWE. Maybe the greatest in-ring competitor of this generation.
And his opponent, representing the Good Guys, from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles!
Always on the hunt for glory. He is the consummate in-ring competitor.
AJ Styles is a great competitor, but hardly professional.
Come on, Byron, you can't argue with AJ's success.
3.
You heard the bell ring. Match is underway. Falls count anywhere. There are no disqualifications. There are no countouts.
The disdain these superstars share for one another is palpable. The vitriol is through the roof.
We won't have to worry about a ring containing them because this one could end up anywhere. There he goes, right into the corner.
Ooh, that's gonna bruise.
I went to the doctor and he said I had 1 year to live, so I shot him and the judge gave me 5 years problem
Grabs the
solved.
leg. The old leg toss. Ooh, that might have just broken something.
And a counter. A counter by Styles. Knee drop. Moonsault.
That was beautiful.
AJ Styles is going up. Lift off. Low splash. And into the count. Denying a 2 count there.
Just using the adrenaline to stay in the match. We're no closer to a winner just yet.
Makes him pay with a counter.
Ooh, bad landing. Taking flight. Diving body splash.
The damage he's taken is starting to pile up.
Close call, but not enough yet.
Placed into the corner.
What is Moby Dick Stats name?
There's the kick. Second row.
Followed by
The old Panama Sunrise.
Answer Papa Boner.
AJ with the wherewithal to avoid that.
To see a complete list of champions from each respective brand, simply type TAB
AJ is going to
WCW or YTV into the chat.
I have returned. Thank you for your patience. My bladder appreciates it. Believe me. But anyways, I'll catch up on the chat here before I continue with the next list of the evening. See what I've missed as far as bad jokes, probably from Joe Link goes. Let's see. Oh, what the hell's going on here? There was an attempted coup being run here, but nobody seemed to come out, and it did not favor Matthew Ultraviolet there whatsoever. AJ Styles now seems very aggravated and is going to... Oh, nice reversal by Matthew Ultraviolet. Jawbreaker. These guys are going back and forth. Struggle for control is real in this one. Anyways, Infinity says, my name should be all caps.
back to his feet.
No, I don't think that's how somebody spells a name, Infinity. I think you're in the wrong federation for that. AJ Styles going to topple Ultraviolet, calling it now, Techno says. Infinity says, love you too, Techno. What he was really thinking, Techno, was how dare you? How dare you bet against Matthew Ultraviolet? That is gaslight. Techno says, I just got a feeling here.
Styles is on another level right now. The phenomenal one is holding nothing back.
Life says, boo!
Listen to this place.
Joe Lang says, I went to the doctor and he said I had 1 year to live, so I shot him. And the judge gave me 15 years. Problem solved. Oh my God. Good God, Joe Link.
Man shouldn't tap out.
I have a joke if you all want to hear it, Life says. Froggy says, yes, please.
Position to be caught in here.
Joke time. Enjoy the break, Archer. How is that? That is not a break. That is a joke. That says joke time, not break time, notice. Tree of knowledge or rotten fruit? Okay. Let me see here. Tree of knowledge or rotten fruit? All right. Wait, Glola said, I was trying to make you think I banned you. No, yeah, no, I didn't. No, I just see enjoy the break, Archer, but it's a joke time. I didn't think you were trying to ban me there.
Ooh, that got turned around on Styles.
He might. I think he did hit the wrong channel redemption, yeah.
AJ Styles is bleeding.
If that was supposed to be a break time notice, I will still take that at some point. I'm sure before the end of the show I'll need another beverage. So thank you, Glow. Either way, I appreciate the sentiment.
Looks like he has his
I'm just ribbing you.
trigger now.
You know I got to do it. That's what I do. Joe Link says he might have hit. I already read that. Joe Link, you just made me read that twice. I should ban you. All right, Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit. Okay, so here we go. In 2017, I attended what's called a Capital Conquest event. It is a martial arts symposium. And that symposium, each and every year, collects thousands of martial arts, and we all get together and we train under different disciplines from around the world. The last Capital Conquest I attended, they had 35 different countries there. And they all bring different masters from different disciplines, and we get on the mats and we train with these masters and learn these disciplines, techniques, and have a really good time. I'm telling you, it is an absolutely fantastic event and time. Even if you're not in martial arts, just to go and watch the events, and of course there's always shows as well. They put on Kabuto, what's called a Kabuto Mania show, where you have demonstrations put on by various teams from different martial arts schools. It's such a good time. That, and we drink a hell of a lot of booze, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I could tell you stories like swinging from chandeliers, breaking statues at Hilton hotels. I can tell you lots of stuff. But anyways, 2017, at one of these events, we all got together at one of the bars inside the hotel, and we watched George St. Pierre defeat Michael Bisping and become a two-weight world champion when he became the middleweight champion of the world. Well, that night when we were all sitting there partying, a former two-time UFC welterweight champion by the name of Carlos the Ronin Newton decided he was supposed to be there the next day to teach some seminars on MMA. And he ended up showing up early, ended up joining us all at the bar, and we all actually got to sit there with the former two-time UFC welterweight champion while watching the former UFC welterweight champion defeat Michael Bisping and become the middleweight world champion. And it was just a real cool experience. I had my picture taken with Carlos the Ronin Newton at that very event. And if I already haven't, I will and can actually post that picture on Discord later. But yeah, there you go. Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit has been fulfilled, Glenola. And if you guys can let me know if you think if that story is complete bullshit or if you think it is true. That's up to you guys. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match, and now we're being entered as the 8th and final entrant in the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship Gold Rush Tournament from Team Infinite Oni. It is Matthew Ultraviolet, who has been on an absolute tear since being sent back to the drawing board in his initial debut. I mean, he had a rough and rocky road his first couple matches. Since then, been on a tear, has been undefeated, and is now going on to fight for the right to fight for the Archerverse World Wrestling Championship in the Gold Rush Tournament. So congratulations to Team Infinite Oni, and of course Matthew Ultraviolet, an absolutely impressive specimen, and keeps looking better and better as time goes on. All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to enter officially the championship rounds. Let's go. Infinite Oni, it is awesome. It is good to see Matthew Ultraviolet doing so well. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first match of the night is for the, first match in the championship rounds for the evening, anyways, is for the Women's Pure Wrestling Championship. Now, of course, you all remember, before you say anything, yes, Amber Extreme did win this championship belt. However, Team Joe Link and Amber Extreme have already targeted their world champion. next Sunday night at the Hall of Legends show, the very first award show for the Archiverse TV. It is going to be Amber Extreme challenging Honeybee Wrestling and, of course, the Diamond B Jackson, a.k.a. Honeybee, for the Archiverse Women's Wrestling Championship. Now, the stipulations for that matchup have not been decided. I'm sure Team Joe Link and Team Honeybee Wrestling will at some point get together and discuss what is best for their clients, how they are going to showcase the talents of those two great women in the women's division, because that is going to be an absolutely fire world championship matchup. I can't wait to see that go down. But that said, that means that the Pure Wrestling Championship is vacated. So therefore, we are going to crown a new champion tonight and look at the Vixen Villains in this one. We have, of course, representing the Archiver's team management team, it is She-Fiend, a.k.a. Sinister Fiend.
You have finally been the
from Team Disciple of Darkness. And representing the Sisters of Destruction, it is Annabelle. From Team Dogface, it is Claire Lee, former WCW Women's World Champion.
Play.
And last but not least, from Team Distinct Cone, the winningest superstar in Archiverse history, and also being inducted into the Hall of Legends next Sunday night, the Viking Rose Brewer. Now, I'm going to get the betting line open right now. You guys are going to have 5 minutes, of course, to make your bets on who you guys think is going to win this matchup. But let's get those betting lines open. So who walks out?
Play.
Pure Wrestling Champion.
Snorhawk 6-4, your numbers are 2, 1, 5. Good luck, Snorhawk 6-4.
Is it going to be
There are some amazing
She-Fiend,
channel rewards to choose from if you are the C.
Annabelle,
What are today's numbers?
Claire Lee, or the Viking Rose Brewer? Today's numbers are 500 and 050. Again, you're going to have 5 minutes to make your bets.
Your numbers are 1, 7,
And there we go.
5.
Betting lines are open. So you guys can officially start making your bets on who you think is going to win. Is it going to be She-Fiend, Annabelle, Claire Lee, or Rose Brewer, the Viking? From Team Distinct Cone, the winningest superstar in Archiverse history. What do you guys think? But here we go. Women's Pure Wrestling Championship is on the line. And this is a fatal four-way elimination matchup. I actually believe it might be a Tornado Trap, but I'm not sure. I can't quite remember what the final decision on that was. But we are about to find out. Here we go. Pure Wrestling Championship on the line. It is showtime and go time. Let's go. All right, back to the chat. I got to figure out what I'm missing here. 311 unlucky, 175 unlucky, 215 unlucky. Snorhawk 64. Welcome in, Snorhawk 64. Snorhawk, did I tell you, by the way? Snorhawk, did I tell you that Carlos Hawkins is the #1 contender to Joe Link's YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championship? Did you know that, Snorhawk? Did we tell you that, Snorhawk? Did you
You did not.
figure it out on your own? Did you see it on Discord? Did a friend tell you? Did family call you up and say, congratulations, Snorhawk? The real deal, Carlos Hawkins, is going to be battling over the YTD Academy Grand Prix Wrestling Championship.
Cole, this match right here is the absolute definition of history making. Whoever wins this,
You did not hear that.
have their name in WWE history.
I did give you a joke. Did you? Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, hold on. Mr. Sassy Pants. What are you in? Are you in running with Team AMCB? Sister Sassy Pants? You want to be what? You want to be Sir Sassy Pants. Nice. All right, I got you. Hold on.
It was a good one.
And I now have a break time. Wait a minute. Does that mean I have to... Do I have to do a joke now, too, Glanola? Are you holding me on that joke? Is that why you did that? You villainous little bastard, you.
So much on the line here tonight, guys, as we look to crown a new champion.
That's right, Cole. We're guaranteed to have
Froggy, at least you appreciate Archie never read. Snorhawk, Snorhawk, I should ban you. Joe Link with 20 tiny little beautiful gems, and Joe Link, you're going to have to clean that up because we do not want twinkling in here.
And she's obviously proud of what she's been able to.
There should be no They should not be glittery in here.
She should be.
I can respect that, Michael. She clearly has worked hard to get where she is.
All right, here it is. Joke time, Snorhawk 64. 6:30 is the best time on the clock. Hands down. Oh my God. You made me go all the way back up the chat to read that. That is your stellar joke of the evening? Good God. Okay, Snorhawk, that said, I think you owe us a redeeming joke now. One that is actually maybe even slightly funny. I mean, how dare you? And you even redeem points to tell that. You redeem points to tell that. You did.
Did you see my other
All right, let's see here. Oh, Glanola said it was the right redemption, but I was trying to use the TTS to make... Oh, okay. Glanola, how dare you, sir? You choose not to be on the broadcast, sitting at the side, where you belong, the host with the most, with the host with the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and instead you decided to ride the pine in the chat room and cause villainy, or attempt to. Now there's a redemption.
Did you hear my joke?
A tree of knowledge of rotten fruit for Glanola, and he can tell the masses why it is the way he is, the way he is. Anyways. Did you see my other joke above Life asking to tell her a joke? No. Hold on. Here we go. What is Moby Dick's dad's name? Answer, Papa Boner. Oh my good God. Joe Link, stop it. Honeybee. Is Honeybee Wrestling still here? Honeybee. Honeybee, we need you right now. You are needed. Where are you?
No.
Joke of the night, Christian Hart is an entertaining wrestler who deserves to be champion. That was actually a good one, Glanola. Yes, sir. Glanola was so far the funniest joke of the evening. I also said my joke. You said a joke too. I swear to God, if I go back up and read it, and it is a terrible joke. All right, here it is. Someone asked me what the 9th letter in the alphabet is. It was a guess, but I was right. Life, I hate you right now. I legitimately fucking hate you right now. Like, just like Joe Link, you have me scroll all the way back up to read a joke that yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard better jokes told by kindergartners. How dare you? All right, where else have I got? Jokes told on here, if at all.
Gentlemen, by night's end, we will crown a new champion.
And no offense to you, Cole, but part of me wishes Gorilla Monsoon was here for this match, just so we can hear him say history.
Reverse, you had some redemptions. I already saw that because I had to scroll up. He did not. I did give you a joke. It was a good one. It was not a good one. It was not a good one. You owe me a new one. No, I gave the joke. You gave a joke, but it was a bad joke. It was not a good joke. If you're going to redeem points to tell a joke, which, by the way, you don't need to redeem points to tell us a joke. That is to get us to tell you a joke. Or if you want somebody else to tell a joke, but yourself, you can just tell a joke. But it was a bad joke. We need a redeeming joke, a good joke, a funny joke, an even slightly ha-ha joke would be nice at this point. But anyways, Heaven forbid somebody tell a funny... Actually, Glenola told a funny joke. See, take notes from Glenola. Where's Honeybee Wrestling? Honeybee Wrestling always tells funny jokes. She might be here. I'm just not there yet. Honeybee, I apologize if you're here. They got me scrolling up reading bad shit. I should ban them all, is what I should do. That is what I should do. I should ban all of them. It was fantastic. You're jealous. I am not jealous of that terrible joke. I could find a worse joke than that. And a better joke than that.
Put yourself in control in a match like this. She manages to get control. Quick exchange.
Did you hear my joke about the eyelids? I did not. There was no joke about eyelids.
She adjusts it and reverses it. Right to the kidneys.
Lola says, I'm so old when I was born, the Dead Sea was merely sick. See, Glenola's on a roll here. I think you read all the jokes that I know of. Honeybee Wrestling says, I'm going to go back and see if I had a match. You didn't have a match on this card, Honeybee. You had a match earlier today at YTD Academy. Oh, Honeybee, you're back. Okay, so we need you to tell us a joke. Because Glenola, so far, the only person capable of telling a funny joke, and of course, you're the queen of funny jokes. So we need Honeybee. We are in dire need of somebody that can actually provide comedic relief here. Jolie says we got a plan for the match at the award show. Oh, you're talking to Honeybee, okay. Yeah, Honeybee, Team Joe Link is cashing in. Well, they did, cash in the Pure Wrestling Championship. That's why we're having a Pure Championship Wrestling match now. So Amber Extreme will be challenging Honeybee at the Hall of Legends show next Sunday. But you guys got to get together and figure out what do you want to do with that. Infinitoni says, Starhawk, pretty sure we heard that one already. Thank you, Infinitoni. We do not need to have people repeating jokes. I mean, I've been reading the chat all night. Can somebody AKO Snorhawk for me, please? Somebody AKO Snorhawk. I mean, he is simply stirring the pot here. I mean, clearly I've been reading the chat because y'all keep making me scroll back up to read bad jokes. Thank you, Joe Link. Appreciate that. I feel better now. I really do. I feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Honeybee Wrestling says, just got a phone call that a buddy of mine is in prison for literally doing his job. He was arrested for installing cooking and cutting surfaces in kitchens. He was charged with Yes! Another funny joke finally told. Now that is funny. That is funny. You see, Snorhawk? You see how it's done? Now that was funny. Okay, here we go. Snorhawk says, what do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time. Just, ooh. Somebody AKO Snorhawk again, please. I mean, if you really want to, you can ban him at this point. I would be okay with that. Matter of fact, I would be excited. I thought he was AKO. Yeah, Glenola removed the AKO on Snorhawk. Snorhawk is now making fun of Elijah Archer with blasphemous comments. What does garlic do when it gets hot? It takes all its clothes off. Again, that's 2 in a row. You see, guys, how it's done? You see how it's done? You just got to take notes from Glenola and Honeybee. You got to take notes from Glenola. What do you mean, boo? What do you mean, boo? That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Look, Froggy's head's spinning. I mean, it was so funny. Froggy's head is spinning. All right, I got to head it. No, sir. You're not leaving until you tell us a funny joke. How dare you?
Want to hear a joke about pizza?
Honeybee says, want to hear a joke about pizza. I mean, I like pizza. I could go for some pizza. Now I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of hungry. I think I need some munchies. I was referring to Granola removing the AKO once. Yeah, I know. I knew what you're... Oh, boo to the... Oh, yeah, I absolutely boo to that. Right? Thank you, Infinite Oni. See, you know what? Infinite Oni's got the vibes. You see, Infinite Oni needs to be promoted to VIP. Infinite Oni needs to be promoted to VIP. I believe we just had an elimination. I heard a bell ring. Didn't I? And there's another bell. This is definitely a tornado trap. This is definitely a trap. Okay, anyways. Honeybee says, don't worry about it. It's too cheesy. Nice. Froggy says, I hate pizza jokes. They make everyone so crusty. It is catching on. It is catching on. The vibes are catching. We're finally getting some funny jokes. You see, Snorhawk, how it's done? And Joe Link, for that matter. Life is great. All of you, see how it's done? But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new Pure Wrestling Champion from Team The Disciple of Darkness, representing the Sisters of Destruction, Annabelle is your new Women's Pure Wrestling Champion. Congratulations to the Sisters of Destruction, of course, Team Disciple of Darkness, and Annabelle. Big victory. And the new Women's Pure Wrestling Champion. All right, let's move on to the co-main of the evening, and I'll, of course, issue the payout for that. Just give me a second. Un momento, please.
What type of match are you thinking for Amber versus Honeybee?
All right, Annabelle was the victor, and 3,475 Archerverse bucks being distributed. There you go. And here we go. Co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Now, of course, you all know that the Weapons of Mass Destruction, the man called Drek, and of course Tony Stone became the very first gentleman in the Archerverse to become Triple Crown World Champions by collecting all 3 World Tag Team Championships at one time. A feat never done before. May never be repeated, who knows, but they are the first ever Triple Crown World Champions in the men's division. They now join Honeybee and Ashley Marie, who have already been entered into the Hall of Legends as Triple Crown Champions. The men are now on the board.
Hell of a score, though, lad.
The Weapons of Mass Destruction, the ones that got there. Now, tonight, they put their WCW World Tag Team Championship and their Triple Crown World status on the line against Phenomenal Soul and the winningest tag team of all time in the Archerverse, and of course have won the most championships with a record 8 times as World Tag Team Champions, Demolition. We have Team Dedrek, Team Anger Issues, not Team Anger Issues, Team YT Shadows. We have Team KJ2294. We have Team J Negative Gaming, Team The Turret Man, and of course, the team that gifted the Archerverse community with 2K22 last year, Team Complete Geek TV. It is time to rock and roll, and I'm going to get the betting line open. Just give me a moment. But who do you guys think walks out the tag team champions here?
Glenula, it doesn't take a hero to order men into battle. It takes a hero to be one of those men who goes into battle.
All right. Is it going to be Phenomenal Soul, Demolition, or the reigning, defending WCW World Tag Team Champions and current Triple Crown Champions? Well, they'll always be Triple Crown Champions, but the status of being Triple Crown Champion is easily removed by simply losing one of your championships. weapons of mass destruction. As always, 5 minutes to make your bets.
Well, bye guys, I got no reason to be here now.
And there we go. Betting lines are open. You can now make your bets on who you think is going to win the match. Is it going to be Phenomenal Soul, Demolition, or the reigning defending tag team champions? The weapons of mass destruction. What do you guys think? Do they remain Triple Crown champions? Or do we end up with new WCW World Tag Team champions tonight? All right. Let's see here. Catch up with the chat again. Honeybee says, well, bye guys, I have no reason to be here now. Well, of course you do. You got to hang out with the best community on Twitch TV. And, of course, watch the main event of the evening. What do you mean there's no reason to be here? Ghastly. All right, Glenola, have a good night. And Glenola is targeting the invasion. Looks like we're going to be raiding Soul Embers. Is Soul even on? Is he still on? Honeybee isn't going to see me fight for the WCW World title. Shameful. That's probably why she's leaving, actually. She knew that match was going down today. She's getting out of Dodge before she has to watch it.
It's a big time opportunity.
Froggy Moslake says Phenomenal Soul all day.
Judging from the response on social media heading into this match, we're likely to see a new champ crowned here tonight.
All right, so while we're waiting for everybody to get out to the ring here, betting lines are already open. You have a little over 3 minutes to make your bets, and I may as well start the next list of the evening. Now, this list is, again, by thesportster.com, by Jacques Martin, and I don't think I've ever read one of his articles before, so this should be interesting. And he is ranking this, so Glenola's already left, so he's not going to have to worry about it, but this always irks me when they use the word rank or top. We'll see how this goes. Ranking the 10 greatest tag teams of all time. So throughout the years of WWE, tag teams have been some of the best entertainment, and here are the best duos of wrestling. Now this is published July 28th of 2019, so the list is a little bit older. So when it comes to pro wrestling tag teams, it's hard to pinpoint what exactly makes a duo great. That's because there are so many factors that can make it a unit successful. Chemistry in the ring, athleticism, the right look are just a few of those things that most great teams possess. Of course, having the proper in-ring persona and a bit of longevity never hurt either. Now that we've determined a few things that make for a great tag team, it's time to take on the challenging task of ranking the 10 greatest pro wrestling tag teams of all time. Number 10, the Hart Foundation. Interesting that they're all the way down at number 10, but I'll just leave that at that. The team of Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart were one of the most popular pairs in the WWE from 1985 to 1991. They were two-time WWE Tag Team Champions and recently became members of the WWE Hall of Fame. One of the things that made the Hart Foundation so great was that they had success as both heels, villains, and of course they were managed by Jimmy Hart as babyfaces, good guys, towards the latter part of their time together. The two had great chemistry, and their styles, with the Anvil as the powerhouse and the Hitman as the technician, complemented each other nicely. The team also served as the launching point for Bret Hart's Hall of Fame singles career. Number 9 is the Rock and Roll Express. So the Rock and Roll Express is a tag team made up of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson that debuted back in 1983. They captured the NWA World Tag Team Championship an impressive 8 times over the course of their illustrious career. Moreover, despite the fact that they only had a cup of coffee with the promotion in 1998, WWE selected them to join the Hall of Fame. In terms of being great baby faces, good guys, the Express were in a league of their own. During their matches, fans were so emotionally invested they were known to cry when Morton and or Gibson was taking a beating in the ring. They were so outstanding in the ring as in-ring technicians who had mastered the art of tag team wrestling. Number 8, the Steiner Brothers. So the Steiner Brothers were a team out of Bad City, Michigan, who performed just about everywhere, including WCW, ECW, and WWE. As one of the most dominant teams of the 1990s, Rick and Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner, of course, later became Big Papa Pump, the Big Booty Daddy, however you want to remember him. Steiner managed to win tag team gold 11 times. The two had very different personas, which helped make them so memorable. Scott was the straight-laced athlete, while Rick was a wild man who was referred to as the dog-faced gremlin and would bark in the ring. Scott Steiner's athleticism was a big part of the team's success. He was one of the first stars to popularize the Hurricanrana, which was called the Frankensteiner in North America. Number 7 is the New Age Outlaws. It says the New Age Outlaws were one of the most talked about duos during the WWE's Attitude Era. Road Dogg Jesse James and Badass Billy Gunn are recognized as 6-time tag champs. They were part of D-Generation X, one of the most popular stables of all time, and were recently inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as part of the group. While the Outlaws weren't known for their in-ring ability, they were more than made up for it with their outstanding mic skills, particularly James. Their signature catchphrase, "Suck It," became something of pop culture phenomenon in the late 90s as poster children for the Attitude Era. The New Age Outlaws are a team fans will never forget. And I'm just going to catch up on the chat here real quick before I continue. Prediction never happened. Did it not? It should have. Let me check. Yeah, it says it did. It ran out. And some people did bet. So you somehow just missed out on it. YTD. YTD Academy Championship Op redeem here by Infinite Oni. January and Honeybee versus the New Millennia for the YTD Academy Women's Tag Team Championship. Infinite Oni. Out of curiosity, I know there was discussion about eventually a tag team between the two rivals. I mean, clearly it's purely competitive in nature, not malice, but they really want to upstage one another. But tag team now, is there going to be a tag team name for Honeybee in January? Or, because, I mean, if you're going to be challenging the champions, one has to be a legitimate tag team. Yeah, it must be just Twitch being weird, Oni. Try exiting it out and coming back into the chat room. That might help. I don't know. That's strange, though. I mean, if everybody wants, I can delete that and restart the betting line. Would you guys like that? And by the way, Infinite Oni, don't forget to go over to the Discord and put that in as a redeem for me, please. Because that matchup will, of course, take place. So that, for those that didn't hear earlier, I had a bit of a schedule change that will make it impossible for me to run YTD Academy Live tomorrow night. So YTD Academy Live is in fact going to be Monday night, right after Raw. And then, of course, we'll still do... We'll begin the final push week Tuesday with the next edition of Wrestle Wars Genesis. So we're going to be doing those shows back-to-back this week. But, Oni, your matchup with Honeybee will be, or with Honeybee against the Millennia would be Monday night. So we have to get your tag team formed. So I just need to know if you're going to have an actual name. We will discuss that. Okay, so just make sure you let me know no later than tomorrow night. Sorry, Monday night. Nope, tomorrow night. Good God. He did put in Discord, perfect. Oni knows the drill. All right, so back to the list. Number 6 on the list is the Midnight Express. So it says the Midnight Express was a heel tag team managed by Jim Cornette. The members of the tag team changed throughout the years, having featured stars like Dennis Condrey, Bobby Eaton, Randy Rose, and Norval Austin. However, it was the duo of Condrey and Eaton that enjoyed the most success under the Midnight Express banner. The two men won somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 tag titles with various promotions over the years. That's a lot. 50 tag titles, guys. The team is known for taking part in some of the most legendary feuds of the 1980s against duos like the Road Warriors and the Rock and Roll Express. They had more title reigns than any other team on our list, though they never wrestled in WWE. A lot of eliminations going on here. Looks like the man called Drek has been eliminated. Looks like the OG Kurt Jordan has been eliminated. Down to Tony Stone from the Weapons of Mass Destruction. The Soul Man Jay Simmons from Phenomenal Soul, and both members of Demolition here, guys. Wow. Demolition putting on a clinic here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he was eliminated too. It is down to the Soul Man versus Demolition here. Is that what I'm seeing? Holy hell. Not good for Phenomenal Soul. And not to mention not good for the Weapons of Mass Destruction, because they are no longer Triple Crown champion. They will forever be the first ever Triple Crown champions. They are already into the Hall of Legends. However, ladies and gentlemen, we are guaranteed brand new WCW World Tag Team Champions here today. And right now, the Soul Man Jay Simmons from Team J Negative Gaming all by himself against Demolition. Not a good scene for Jay Simmons. Jay Simmons in a lot of trouble here now. The Terror Johnny Braddock hunting him down. And taking him down for some ground and pound. Some big lefts and right to the face. Simmons tried to block some of them. Looked like most of them got, oh, big knee right to the face. Ripcord knee. Referee tardy getting out there. Simmons kicks out, not even a 1 count. Mostly due to that referee being so tardy getting outside the ring. And he gets knocked out after all that effort. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and new and 9-time World Tag Team Champions. They are your brand new WCW World Tag Team Champions from Team The Turret Man and Team Complete Geek TV. The Terror Johnny Braddock and the Cyborg Adam Colossus. They are Demolition, and they are your new WCW World Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Demolition. Huge victory. Wow. All right. Amazing. And I don't know if the Turret Man's lurking or not, but congratulations anyways once again to Team The Turret Man and to Team Complete Geek TV. Huge win for Demolition. They are now 9-time World Tag Team Champions. Wow. They just continue to add to their legacy. Is it any wonder that that team right there, ladies and gentlemen, is being entered into the Hall of Legends next Sunday night? They've been around since the Archiverse 1.0. 9 times they are World Tag Team Champions. Wow. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on to the main event of the evening, and this is going to be one hell of a slobber knocker. We've got one of the most impressive new rising stars in the women's division that they've seen in many moons from Team Infinite Oni. It is the coldest bitch on the planet, January, challenging the woman that took away the Triple Crown status of one Diamond B. Jackson, a.k.a. Honeybee, and took home the WCW Women's World Championship. That is now being threatened by Team Infinite Oni in January as they challenge Erica Ann Smith from Team Christian Cool with the title on the line. I'm going to go ahead and issue the payout from the last match, and then I'll get the betting line open for the final match of the night, the main event of the evening. Give me one moment.
The new jackpot number for a chance to win a channel redemption of your choice is 500.
All right, so the winners were Demolition.
YTD Championship matches 0. Thank you.
And there was only 1,500 Archivers bucks on the line that time.
Numbers are 9, 4, 3. Good luck, Honeybee Wrestling. There are some amazing and fun channel rewards to choose from if play. Honeybee
All right, so here we go.
Numbers are 6, 4, 8.
Who
Good
walks
luck,
out?
Honeybee Wrestling. There are some
WCW
channel rewards to choose from if
World Champ. Is it going to be January, the coldest bitch on the planet from Team Infinite Oni? Or is it going to be Erica Ann Smith representing the Hart Foundation and Team Christian Cool? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a lockdown matchup. So these two Vixen villains are going to be going to battle over the WCW Women's World Wrestling Championship, locked inside 4 sides of steel, with the only way to victory to pin, submit, or knock out your opponent. As always, 5 minutes to make your bets. And there we go. The betting lines are open, and apparently I gave you 10 minutes to make your bets. So, there's that. You now have extra time to make your bet and throw down on who you think is winning the matchup. But, ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening is upon us. And, of course, I'm going to try and get through that list as quickly as possible because it is the last match of the night. We'll, of course, see each other Monday evening. Again, don't forget, tomorrow night, usually the night for YTD Academy Live, but my schedule has changed. Therefore, we are going to be pushing to Monday evening for YTD Academy Live. And we will, of course, begin the final push week. Wrestle Wars Genesis, Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, no championship matches will be had until next Sunday after Monday night. YTD Academy Live will be the final matchup, or final show with championship matchups. Then into the final push. No more championship matches until next Sunday night's Hall of Legends show, our very first award show ever in Archiver's history. It is going to be absolutely fire, so you don't want to miss it. We're going to have championship matches. We're going to induct people into the Hall of Legends, award superstars with wrestling championship awards that they've earned throughout the course of the year. It is going to be a thrill ride of an evening, and again, it's the first ever award show for the Archiver's TV, so it's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out. But here we go. WCW Women's World Championship, January versus Erica Ann Smith, Archiver's Lockdown. Let's go. All right, and back to that list. Number 5 is Harlem Heat. So at number 5 on our list, we have the team of Booker T and Stevie Ray, known collectively as Harlem Heat. The two big men who were billed from 110th Street in Harlem, New York, dominated the WCW Tag Team division throughout much of the 1990s. The newly inducted Hall of Famers won the WCW World Tag Team Championship, a record-setting 10 10 times. From a physical standpoint, Harlem Heat looked like a couple of guys you wouldn't want to mess with and had the high-impact maneuvers to confirm that belief. Ray provided the power while Booker T was the speedier, more athletic member of the two. They were a versatile tag team that could do it all in the ring. Number 4, the Dudley Boys. So in terms of winning titles with major promotions, Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley are perhaps the most decorated tag team of all time. They have worked for several major organizations, including ECW, WWE, and TNA, during which time they captured the tag team titles an eye-popping 23 times. They are, of course, members of both WWE and TNA Hall of Fame. But didn't they say earlier that the Midnight Express won 50 tag team championships? Now, of course, I guess they weren't mainstream championships on large platforms, so I guess there's that. Anyways, the Dudley Boys played a major role in popularizing hardcore wrestling, particularly the use of tables, in the tag team division and beyond. They also took part in arguably the greatest tag team match of all time at WrestleMania 17, which involved both the Hardy Boys along with Edge and Christian. Number 3, speaking of the Hardy Boys, number 3 on the list is the Hardy Boys. So the Hardy Boys have been champions everywhere they've gone. Between their stints with WWE, ROH, and TNA, they have managed to become tag team champs an impressive 12 times. Matt and Jeff Hardy went from being enchantment talent, basically jobbers, in WWE to becoming one of the top duos the promotion has ever seen. The Hardy Boys were one of the few teams on our list who could be considered high flyers in truth. It was their athletic moveset that helped them become major stars. The team also served as a launching point for their respective singles careers. The Hardys are one of the only teams on our list in which both men went on to have successful runs as single stars after they parted ways.
That's for sure.
Number 2 on the list is Edge and Christian. So while they are sitting at the number 2 spot on our list, the WWE considers Edge and Christian the greatest tag team in the promotion's history. They first teamed together in 1998 to 2001 as members of the Brood. However, they enjoyed their greatest success in their second stint together from 2009 to 2011. In total, they held the WWE tag straps on 7 occasions. Edge and Christian are perhaps the most well-rounded team on our list. They were excellent on the mic, could go in the ring, and were great as babyfaces or heels. There's a reason both men went on to be world champs in WWE. So number 1, last but not least on this list, is the Road Warriors. And it says the Road Warriors, or the Legion of Doom, or whatever you want to call them, Hawk and Animal, are the best tag team ever assembled. The menacing duo performed in WWE, WCW, and AWA, and won titles wherever they went. The big men were the faces of the tag team wrestling throughout the 80s and the 90s. Both Hawk and Animal were known for their size, physiques, and their spiked shoulder pads they wore to the ring. They had a commanding physical presence to go with devastating set of moves, which include their patented finisher, the Doomsday Device. The painted powerhouses' popularity helped generate a great deal of interest in tag team wrestling worldwide. So again, that list was by thesportster.com. It was ranking the 10 greatest tag teams of all time, published by Jacques Martin, July 28, 2019. So the list is a little bit older, but not too bad. So again, number 10 on the list was the Hart Foundation. Number 9 on the list was the Rock and Roll Express.
Check out this pop.
Number 8 on the list was the Steiner Brothers. Number 7, the New Age Outlaws.
This is just a ruthless attack. Such aggression.
Number 6 was the Midnight Express. Number 5 was Harlem Heat.
Brutal stomp to the body.
Number 4 was the Dudley Boys.
This is how you torture
Number 3 was the Hardy Boys. Number 2, Edge and Christian. And last but not least on the list was the Road Warriors, or the Legion of Doom, depending on how you remember them or what you want to call them. But what do you guys think of that list? Infinity says, Archivers, did you see the tag team? I did not. Hold on, I'm going to go back. Honeybee and I decided Winter Swarm. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Froggy agrees. Joe Lincoln, yeah, that's a fucking great name. I really like that. Sir Jack the Greatest is in the house. And by the way, Sir Jack the Greatest, you're going to be being challenged by Team Infinite Oni and Team Honeybee Wrestling. They are forming a brand new tag team. They are going... they're going to be called Winter Swarm. And they have already redeemed to challenge for your tag team championships. Anyways, LOD is definitely hands down one of the greatest tag teams. That pop for them was always insane. Yeah, absolutely. Honeybee got 6-4-8, unlucky. Infinite Oni says, what?
I didn't see the royal butterfly.
I didn't see the I didn't see the royal butterfly. I saw my old signature. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I downloaded the moveset you gave me. Better double check it. If you have to re-upload it, re-upload it. But I downloaded the moveset for January 2023. So I don't know. But to be fair, there's been a lot of weird things happening in the past couple of weeks. It's like the closer we get to launch of 2023, weirder shit starts happening with 2022. I don't know. The butterfly suplex has changed to the royal butterfly. Gotcha. Well, we'll have to fix that up. Or check to see if it needs to be fixed. Like I said, there's been weird things happening. Near fall there for January. Eric A. and Smith in a lot of trouble here inside this Archivers lockdown matchup. Ooh, nice reversal. Grabs the back of the hair and drops her to the mat. Eric A. and Smith, the world champion. Wow, big spinning heel kick right to the face of January. January dropped like a bad habit. Wow, and that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and still WCW Women's World Champion from Team Christian Cool. It is the woman that ended Honeybee's run as Triple Crown Champion. Erica Ann Smith is still your WCW Women's World Champion. Congratulations to Team Christian Cool. And of course to Erica Ann Smith. All right, so Glenola has actually chose to guide the raid.
And that's about as conclusive a win as you can get in the cage.
Made some serious Archivers. Bucks Joe Link says, Honeybee says, let me get this right. Erica defends her title in a one-on-one, but I had to defend an Elimination Chamber. Odie says, I'm not happy either. Yeah, but she's not happy because she didn't get a one-on-one match, not because, you know, you lost. She is not unhappy because you lost. She's unhappy because you got a 1v1. All right. Well, for now, Honeybee, you are technically still a double champion. You could challenge Erica Ann Smith still. Actually, even as a champion, you could challenge Erica Ann Smith. So you know how to fix that problem. But all right, Glenola has guided the raid. We are going to visit Team Soul Embers and see what he's up to. I think he was playing Hogwarts Legacy the last I checked. I'm not sure what he's doing now. It was Glenola that was lurking in to see what was going on. But that is it. That is all for episode number 454. Again, we'll see each other Monday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for YTD Academy Live. It's going to be a great night of in-ring action. The final night for championship matches. We've got Honeybee being challenged for the Grand Prix Women's Wrestling Championship. We've got Team Joe Link and the phenomenal Joe Lincoln putting their title on the line against Carlos Hawkins from Team Starhawk 64. It is going to be a great night of in-ring action, an absolute fire night of championship matches. And again, we're going right into the final push week as we head towards this Sunday night's Hall of Legends show, which is, of course, the very first award show for the Archiverse TV. If anybody else is not already in on this raid, please jump in. I see 16 people viewing the show, and I only see 8 in on the raid. Get your ass in on this invasion, because it is just about go time. You don't have to go home, but you do have to get the fuck out of the channel. Great show. Thank everybody for being here. Let's go invade Soul Embers and see what he's up to.